Alright, today on Gaming with Marin, we're playing a adventure point-and-click game called Rosewater. This one's written by a Hispanic and a Jewish person, so I'm gonna see if there's any, propaganda in it, or if it's just a fun, wacky Western story. I know nothing about the game besides it's set in, you know, U.S. Western era. Let's go. For 2D pixel graphics,
Ordered
it's
the
not bad.
743 from Pierre Lorraine for Rosewater, Western Vespuccia. No baggage to speak of, in the literal or metaphorical sense. Just a little hope. And that doesn't take up much space. Much has been said about the western frontier. The perilous wilderness, the lawless towns, and the tough, hardened folk who make their way out there. Usually to get away from something worse. I suppose I'm about to become one of them myself. There's just one thing Rosewater's got that no place else has. An opportunity with my name on it. The thoughts in my head are running together like the landscape outside the window. Excitement and trepidation and boredom mixing like the scrub and rocks and soil into one long blur. One thing I know, I am ready for a change of scene. Huh. Quiet.
Howdy, ma'am. Allow me to extend the warmest of welcomes on behalf of the town of Rosewater and its inhabitants. Folks call me Jem. And who do I have the honor of greeting?
Harley Legere.
Delighted to make your acquaintance. Might I assist you with your luggage? That is, if you've got any.
I don't.
Ah, right. Well, what brings you to our fair town, Mrs. Legere?
Miss. And I'm here about a job.
Planning on sticking around, huh? Say, what line of work are you in?
If you must know, well, I write. There's an opening at the Rosewater Post.
Well, best of luck with that. The editor at that place ain't somebody you want to cross.
Then we ought to get along fine.
I'm sure you will. But as official town greeter, allow me to offer a small caution. Rosewater ain't always such a sleepy little town.
Hey!
Say, I've just remembered another engagement.
This how you welcome new arrivals? I have a mind to give you a thrashing. All right, enough of that. Look, I was no choir girl. But I at least had some brains. Word of advice, kid. Don't pick your mark in broad daylight, especially not at a lawman's doorstep. Go on, beat it, or I really will give you something to cry about. Now, where in the ether is that damn publisher's office?
Alright, so we left click to walk, I is inventory, escape is to, or move to the top of the screen to interact with these, and show objects hold O in the middle mouse button. Alright. Alright, so I can go into the sheriff's office, maybe.
Howdy, stranger. Fresh off the train?
Yes, sir.
Come on in then. Let's have a chat. I'm Sheriff Gamble.
Harley Legere.
Pleasure. Just passing through, or...
I'm here about a job.
Well now, that's refreshing. Few come to Rosewater these days with the intent of staying long. How are you finding our town?
I can't say much for the welcoming committee.
Beg pardon?
I wasn't in your town but 2 minutes when I was accosted by a pair of gutter snipes. They should thank their lucky stars I was in a good mood.
I keep telling Jim to stop with that town greeter malarkey, but that boy's got a head harder than granite. I've been too soft. I ought to throw him in lockup until he gets his head on straight.
Trust me, that'll only make things worse. Besides, I don't think they've yet written a statute outlawing vexatiousness.
You've a forgiving nature, Miss Legere. Anyhow, welcome to Rosewater. If you run into any more trouble, come and see me.
Hey, Sheriff?
What can I do you for? Oh, a couple years now. Like most everyone else, I came to Rosewater in '48 when we thought the hills were full of Orem. Except I stayed when it turned out they weren't.
You were a prospector?
Yep. But it turns out lawman was a more stable career.
A man in your position must have plenty to say about the town he serves.
Suppose that's true. But a stroll down Main will tell you most everything you need to know.
Anything of interest in the surrounding area?
Not really. The San Bernardino Valley don't offer much in the way of sightseeing. There's an army fort, Fort Beaumont, and an abandoned relic that used to be a laboratory. There's also an Indian village on the other side of the valley. But you'll want to steer clear. I've heard tell they can be real territorial. But all that's outside my jurisdiction. When you leave my town, you're taking your chances out there.
Thanks for the chat, Sheriff.
Come back anytime.
Impressive collection. Hey, Sheriff?
Ma'am?
What's the story with these guns?
Now these are standard issue repeaters. Pretty powerful rifles. Thankfully, I've yet to use one in the line of duty. Wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of one of these.
Looks like a pretty rough sort. This fellow still at large?
Yep, but I reckon he's left the province.
Reminder, confiscated items to be placed in the box below. A lawman with a license? Guess Rosewater isn't so uncivilized after all. Does this license mean you went to sheriff's school?
No, it means I was officially elected to the position by the people of this town. The paper is really just a formality.
I wouldn't have figured the sheriff for a naturalist. Fancy yourself a lepidopterist?
Ha! Hardly. Picked that display up from a passing rag and bone man. But I like when the sun shines on their wings just so. Real thing of beauty.
Those are some stern-looking ladies. Hey, Sheriff?
Ma'am?
Who are the people in this photo?
Those are my sisters, Lord bless them. Sadie died a few months after this picture was taken. I'm grateful to have this to remind me of her smile. Mary was always my favorite. The trouble we used to get into when we was kids. Reba married an oil man. I think they're living in some big mansion on the coast somewhere.
Not a bad view. Hey, Sheriff?
Yes, ma'am?
What's this photo of?
That's a view of Colchester, where I grew up.
Nice that they're trying to weave their stories in.
Sometimes I find myself wondering what life would be like if I'd stayed. My folks still have a ranch there. Been meaning to pay 'em a visit. All things considered, I still do miss the place.
Alright, let's get back to trying to find our job location. Gotta be around here somewhere, right? We reported our crime. Moving on.
Looks sturdy, but there's some rot creeping around the handles. Soft drink crates. A sugary, fizzy way to beat the heat. Nothing inside but a colony of ants. Shame. I could go for a sarsaparilla.
Okay. Next.
Oh, hello there. Don't think I've seen you around before.
Just arrived in town. Name's Harley Leger. And you're Dr. Sedgwick?
At your service. Welcome to Rosewater and to my clinic. Anything in particular ailing you today?
I'm really just making my way around town.
Fair enough.
That's impressively clean.
Cleanliness is next to godliness, as they say, and good health starts with good hygiene.
Quite a variety of potions and tonics you've got here, Doc.
It's only a small part of the bounteous pharmacopoeia that nature might make available to us, if only we knew her secrets. There is so much to be discovered.
Medical College of Wicks? Never heard of it.
It's in central Rotterdam. Not quite the University of New Britannia, but then what is?
I imagine you get your hands pretty dirty in this line of work?
It's for cleansing before, not after. I am a follower of the modern European theories, positing that disease follows from the propagation of tiny animalcules living on the surface of the skin. Thorough washing with soap and water is said to eradicate them.
Drown the little bastards, huh?
Something like that.
Well, that's just disgusting.
Not disgusting, it's fascinating, awe-inspiring.
To each his own. Hey, Doc.
Miss Leger.
So, how's the medicine business?
What a question. I'm a physician, Miss Leger, not some two-bit snake oil salesman.
Didn't mean to imply you were.
I'm sure. At any rate, I've not had many patients of late. But that is the physician's dilemma, is it not? We are taught that idleness is a sin. But better that I am idle and the townsfolk healthy than my surgery be full of the ill and infirm.
Got any knowledge to impart about Rosewater?
Oh, well, it's a fine town.
You don't sound too enthused.
I'm sure you'll find plenty to see and do here.
Give it to me straight, Doc. I want to know your thoughts on this place. Warts and all.
Were Rosewater one of my patients, I would say the prognosis is not good. Not since all the Aurum claims dried up and the airship routes opened, leapfrogging over our rail line. The hangers-on keep this place gasping for breath, but I fear they only prolong the inevitable. I hope I haven't discouraged you, but you did ask my opinion.
If things are so bad, why not pick up and move elsewhere?
I swore an oath to do no harm, Miss Leger. As the town's only physician, leaving would mean abandoning my patients. There may not be many left to call on my services, but when they do, I am the only barrier standing between them and the grave.
Isn't that a bit dramatic, Doc?
Say what you will. I know where I stand on the matter.
Why not train somebody to take over for you?
I did have an apprentice not long ago, my ward, Nadine.
What happened to her?
Oh, this is no kind of life for a restless young person. I encouraged her to put her talents to use elsewhere. She's ministering to the local native tribe now.
Who is this tribe?
I'm afraid I don't know much about them, just that they have a small village somewhere in the valley. I believe they call themselves the Audam? Autumn? I'm not certain of the pronunciation. At any rate, they don't come to the town, and I imagine the townsfolk mostly let them be as well.
You must know all about the townsfolk.
I am well acquainted with all their ailments, proclivities, and vices. But if you're just seeking gossip, you'll have to find it elsewhere.
I'll see you later, Doc.
Do take care of yourself.
Okay, so we got a sheriff and a doctor. Keep going. Aha, that looks promising. Oh.
Holy hell! Are you all right, mister? Don't you move. I'll fetch the doctor to have a look at you. Doc, come quick. I've got an emergency.
How can I be of service?
Some poor fool's just fallen out a window.
At the Rosewater Post?
Yes. How did you...
Sounds like Joni's in a mood again. Let's go.
I was like, this is normal? Really?
Here he is, poor bastard.
Oh, dear. Hello? Can you hear me? I'm Dr. Sedgwick. I'm here to help you. Can you move your legs? Spine seems intact. No obvious fractures of the arms or legs. That, I would say, is nothing short of a miracle. Right. He's in a bad way, but he'll live. I'll get him back to my clinic and patch him up. You are truly a good Samaritan, Miss Legere.
It was nothing. If you'll excuse me, I have an appointment to keep.
Of course. God bless.
It's like, oh, that's normal. Wait, what?
Hello, can I help you with something?
I'm here about the writing commission.
Ah, yes, you must be Miss Legere. I believe you and Joni exchanged some correspondence on the matter already, yes?
Yep, got the letter right here.
May I see it, please?
Oh,
October 25th, 1850. Dear Miss Legere, thank you for submitting your sample. Your writing shows real potential. I'd like to extend an invitation to meet with me at the offices of the Rosewater Post and discuss the possibility of an extended commission. How soon can you arrive in town? I await your reply and look forward to making your acquaintance. Yours, Joan Gallagher.
okay.
Very good. Oh, one more thing. Joni's not one for formalities. First names will do.
Noted.
Go up those stairs and knock.
Thanks. What's your name?
Henry Dixon, ma'am. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Likewise.
I'll come talk to him when we're done.
Come in.
Hello, Joan. I'm Harley Legere.
Ah, yes. Nice to finally put a face to the name. Please take a load off. Whiskey?
Bit early for me, but thanks all the same.
Sensible. I like that. I, however, have had a morning, so if you don't mind.
Yeah. Most folks aren't
Say,
that bad.
have we met before?
Thanks.
Something about you seems familiar.
I don't believe so, no.
Well, let's get down to the meat and potatoes, shall we? If you're going to join our little family here, I'd like to know more about you.
Me? Well, I was born and raised in New Britannia. Got out, made my way west, and started writing. I saw your ad while I was up in Pierre. Thought a change of scenery would do me good.
Well, admittedly, Rosewater isn't as cosmopolitan as it used to be, but maybe you'll find it to your liking.
There hasn't been a dull moment since I stepped off the train.
Speaking of, your writing sample had me in stitches. Haven't spent much time in Lamplight City myself, but your descriptions of the Toffs in Lyon, hilarious.
That piece was inspired by my last visit a few years ago, actually.
Oh? What brought that about?
I had to go back and settle my late brother's affairs.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hope it wasn't in connection with that awful business at the Lamplight City Expo.
Oh, no, it was before that.
The Expo disaster was a national tragedy, of course. But you know, I can't help remembering it as the week our paper sold more copies than it has before or since. Isn't that terrible? But enough about that. Let's get back to why we're here. I loved your sample, and I like you as well, Harley. So I'm going to go ahead and offer you a commission. I'll pay you 45 crowns for it. After that, we can talk about more regular opportunities.
Fantastic. So, what's my assignment? A scathing commentary on Rosewater's decline? Or maybe a hard-hitting expose on the plight of the marginalized criminal youth?
Oh, no. Nothing like that. I want you to interview Gentleman Jake Ackerman.
Who?
Pull the other one. You've been living under a rock. He's a true Western legend. The Achilles of our times. We've got a real opportunity here. A star like that landing in our little town. I'd like something in the vein of your sample. Acerbic and mordant. But maybe not quite so acerbic.
So, a puff piece.
Good, you're paying attention. I want you to make Rosewater look good too. Show me a real frontier hero in a real frontier town.
Where can I find this Jake fellow?
He's taking rooms at the Jack of Diamonds just down the road. And his show is opening today at the Opera House. So he should be around for an interview. I don't know how you're situated here, but you're welcome to use the typewriter in the office.
I only write longhand, but I'd certainly be grateful for a quiet place to work.
Longhand. How charming. Now, if you have any questions before you go, by all means, ask.
So, who was the man that went out your window? Not another writer, I hope.
Oh, God, no. You're the only applicant we've had. Don't worry about him. Just a rabble-rouser with an axe to grind. Thought he could burst in here railing about my journalistic integrity. Most folks stick to writing letters to the editor. I tried to calm him down, but... well, it didn't go that way.
I see.
She claims he attacked her, so she's like, fuck this, he went out the window. Makes you wonder what did she write about him?
The Rosewater Post reported on the Lamplight City Expo?
It was only the biggest story that year. I've still got copies of the article saved. Here, read it for yourself.
That was like the last game. Okay, so disaster at Lamplight City Expo. The etheric pavilion at the Global Exposition in New Britannia, Kingsland, was the site of a terrifying disaster that claimed 15 lives on Saturday. During a demonstration by an etheric researcher, Dr. Bennett Clark, a device known as an etheric generator malfunctioned and released a burst of energy into the audience, instantly vaporizing 14 attendees and one stage assistant. An eyewitness described the scene for the New Britannia Gazette. The thing started up with a great crackling noise, startling the ladies in attendance and raising several cries of excitement. In the next instant, there was a blinding flash of light. After that, it was just screams and a horrible burning smell. From where I stood, I could see that a bunch of folks gathering to one side of the apparatus were just gone. All that was left were shoes and hats and things in a pile of ash. And the worst thing was, their shadows were still there on a wall behind. A controversial figure in the scientific community, Dr. Clark has championed novel theories on the existence of Etheric City, a supposedly inexhaustible source of energy located in the upper atmosphere. The Etheric Pavilion, an exhibit jointly sponsored by Kessling Industries, Harman and Grove, and Eastern Consolidated Coal, was intended to showcase the technology's potential before a global audience. Although public enthusiasm may be somewhat dampened following the events of last week, Dr. Clark was taken in for questioning by authorities, but it remains to be seen whether he or any of his sponsors will be held legally responsible for the lives lost in the accident. There's also Gilroy Mine to close. Silas Gilroy announced on Friday that his Orem mine would cease operations at the end of the month. This marks the third major closure in the past year, in addition to many smaller claims that have been consolidated and sold cheaply or abandoned. Like every other prospector who hauled out here, I was hopeful after early results were so strong, but those deeper veins have failed to turn up, said Mr. Gilroy. It's all sparkle and no show. The mine's closure will deal yet another blow to Rosewater's fortune, leaving over 40 men out of work. And then PM calls for etheric ban. Prime Minister Hart Leroy wasted no time in condemning the Lamplight City Expo disaster and called on Parliament to impose a ban on etheric research. Despite predictable opposition from the Atwood wing, MPs may be more receptive to Leroy's proposal in the wake of the disaster. A vote is expected to be called in the coming weeks. Supporters of Clark's research insist that an isolated incident does not invalidate the potential benefits for etheric technology, but public opinion may be tipping in favor of the ban.
Can I keep this?
Frame it if you like.
Any insight you can give me about the town?
It's a far cry from what it used to be. In a way, it's nice not having to hear the noise from the saloon at all hours, but, oh, I don't know. Folk who moved on took some of the charm with them.
What about the folks who stayed behind?
What about him?
I was hoping for more details.
Far as you're concerned, the only person in Rosewater worth knowing right now is Jake Ackerman. If you're so keen to know about the rest, go meet him for yourself.
I'm curious, how did the Rosewater Post get its start?
Well, my dad was a union man. He worked the printing press for the Allied Fall Creek Miners Cooperative. Pamphlets, labour news, that sort of thing. Then the mine owners brought the Blackburns in to bust the whole operation up. My dad was laid up for months and could never work again after. But we still had to eat, didn't we? I took all the equipment from the old shop and started printing up an early version of the Post just to bring a little money in. At first, it was all just community notices and advertisements from local stores. Over time, I got the hang of the whole journalism thing and turned it into a real newspaper.
Good for her.
I don't want to seem ungrateful, but couldn't I write about something else? My style's more observational than, talking to people. I don't know that that's really my strong suit.
We're talking, aren't we? If you want to write for this paper, you're simply going to have to stretch yourself beyond what you might be accustomed to. Besides, it's not as if you have to say anything particularly brilliant. Just get your subject talking and take notes. Finish this assignment, and maybe the next one will be more to your liking.
I'd best be on my way.
Right you are. Wait a minute.
What?
It's just come to me. I know why you look familiar. You're Spitfire Harley.
Goodness. It's been a long time since anyone called me that.
I saw you fighting back in 26 at Wellesley Hall in the Chum. You took out a brute twice your size with a right hook. Pow! It was like watching David bring down Goliath.
I appreciate the kind words, but that was another life.
Maybe so, but for a 14-year-old kid fresh off the boat, it was pretty damn inspirational.
Thanks, Joan. Appreciate it.
Of course. And please call me Joni.
So she used to be a kid fighter.
Is this the first edition of the Rosewater Post?
Yep, March 30th, 1845. One of the best days of me life.
You support Leroy?
I'm a proud Labourite, sure. I'll admit he hasn't been my favourite PM. But the way things were going with Atwood and the Traitus, this place would have been swallowed up by an automated newspaper conglomerate. Labour Party gets me vote any day of the week.
Fair enough. The New Britannia Gazette. Keeping tabs on the competition?
Hardly. I kept that issue because they mentioned my paper.
Hey, that's Devil's Tooth. I passed it on the train right here.
Quite a sight, isn't it?
Nice typewriter.
A first. Good old Sheldon Model 4.
Fascinating device.
Isn't it just? To think, I can send messages from here to Bright Bay with the press of a lever.
What will they think of next?
Telegraph machine?
That's quite a stick.
A memento for my grandfather, back in County Donegal. Comes in handy now and again.
See you later, Joni.
Take care of yourself out there. Spitfire Harley, writing for my paper. Now don't that just beat all?
They seem to be pretty active around here. I hope that means steady work. Impressive piece of machinery.
Okay, so that's where you're going to end up writing the final article.
Cozy. Excuse me?
How can I be of assistance?
What's to know about this town?
You picked a fine time to arrive, Miss Legere.
Why's that?
A few years back, you could hardly drive a wagon through the street. It was so full of folk coming and going. I'm sure you've noticed that's no longer the case.
So where did everyone go?
Wherever the Orem actually is would be my guess. There's still some prospectors hanging on, convinced they'll find something everyone else missed. I'm sure they'll all come to their senses eventually.
If they all go, where will that leave you?
Why, getting by, I imagine. Peaceful, quiet life. The railroad still brings some traffic. Folks on their way further west are shipping goods back east, although not as many as before the transcontinental airship line opened up. Easier to sail clear over the country than ride the rails halfway. Suits me fine, though.
Been working here long, Mr. Dixon?
Oh, about 5 years. I was the first one Joni hired on shortly after launching the paper. Was a farmhand before that. Keeping books is much nicer than tending cow pens, let me tell you.
Anything I should know about the townsfolk?
Can't really help you there. I'm just a simple family man, and we keep to ourselves. I haven't a clue. Devil of a fella. Just busted in here and went straight for Joni's office. He wouldn't be put off, but insisted on speaking with the editor immediately. Said he intended to lodge a complaint. Suppose Joni didn't take too kindly to his manner of lodging.
Those are some mighty fine whiskers you've got.
Oh, why, thank you, Miss Leger. The missus tells me I ought to shave, but I'm fond of the look.
As you should be. I'll leave you to your work.
Appreciate it, ma'am.
Okay, so
Was your meeting satisfactory, ma'am?
Quite so. Did you find any of those butterscotch sweets I asked for?
Afraid not. Only taffy and some peppermints.
Pity. This place seems to lack even the smallest of pleasures. Shall we?
Alright, I got a rich lady. Okay, so I can go up or into the saloon. Saloon seems a logical place to start. Cat.
These seem to be for decoration more than anything else. Food delivery for the lazy. Warning! Watch the dang door. Signed, Management. The local populace getting sloshed. Scenes from the wild country. A night campfire, a wild horse, and a bear in the mountains. Sure would be something to see all that up close and personal. Except maybe the bear. Someone's hunting trophy. Excuse me, kid, I need to get upstairs.
I'm really sorry, miss, but Mr. Ackerman's not taking any more meetings right now.
I'm here on behalf of the Rosewater Post.
Did you make an appointment?
No, I just got the assignment.
Okay, look, Mr. Ackerman's upstairs getting ready for his show. It starts in less than an hour. Why don't you come by and watch? You can come meet him afterwards.
I just need to interview him for a newspaper article.
Well, now, that's perfect. If you're going to write about him, you should definitely see the show. Trust me, he's a real dazzler.
Suppose it beats waiting around here.
Okay, so
The local populace getting sloshed.
we can't go in here to see him. We gotta wait for his show. Okay. So there's no this way. I guess we're gonna go up this way. Oh boy, it's him again.
Betrayal, murder, revenge. Classic stuff. Never works out that way in real life. Never heard of this one. For 20 coppers, it had better be one hell of a show. You again?
Oh, hey, Harmony, was it?
Harley. What in the ether are you doing here?
Oh, you're not still sore about earlier.
Nah, but your little friend might think twice about hoodwinking strangers again.
Look, nothing personal. My brother and me are just doing our best to get by.
Hang on. Your brother? I ought to knock you into a cocked hat.
Hey, you gotta look out for number one.
You picked the wrong mark, but I can let that go. Hell, with a little effort, you two could be halfway decent crifters. But if there's one thing turns my stomach, it's disloyalty. That's your flesh and blood. If you don't have your own brothers back, who else on this wretched earth is going to give a flip if you're alive or dead?
You made your point. Now can we drop it already? I'm trying to do an actual legitimate job here.
Legitimate job? So you're not selling snake oil or stock tips or fire insurance?
Nah, nothing like that. I'm selling tickets to Gentleman Jake's legendary Wild West show. Only 20 coppers.
I'll take one of those tickets.
Swell! And when would you like to come see the show?
Whenever it starts?
Oh, you mean today? Ah, well, I'm afraid I gotta disappoint you there. Sold the last of today's tickets not 10 minutes before you walked up.
Seriously?
Seriously, this ain't exactly the Coliseum. It only fits so many, and folks around here are real excited to see Gentleman Jake in person.
All right, look. I don't need to see some yahoo firing off his pea shooter. I just want to talk to this Jake fellow.
And I'm sure Gentleman Jake would be happy to meet you if you had a ticket to get in. Course, I might be able to sneak you in quiet-like,
Oh,
but I'd be
boy.
putting my job on the line. And I can't afford to lose it now. After all, I have my little brother to look after.
Just tell me what you want.
Only a small favor.
Spit it out.
Just help me retrieve something. A small item of great personal value. It's only my pa's pocket watch. Family heirloom, you see.
What happened to it?
It was stolen is what? By that one-eyed scalawag Lola Johnson. Probably stashed it away in the old smithy. She's been squatting in there for weeks now. Matter of fact, he's trying to make good after that screw-up earlier. Decided he's gonna try and get Pa's watch back all by himself. He's real tore up over losing it.
And you're letting him risk his neck again? He'll be collared in no time. Like as not, you'll never see him again.
Oh, I know. I tried talking sense into him, but he's dead set on it. Wants to prove himself. But he'll be in real hot water if he gets caught, which he probably will. That's why I'm asking you to do it before he goes and does something stupid. I can tell you could pull it off. No problem.
If this Lola stole from you, why not report it to the sheriff?
Oh, come on. I thought you was sharp. That lazy tyrant would cuff my brother and me soon as look at us. It's just the two of us. Me and him against the world. We got no one else to turn to. So, will you help us out?
That kid deserves better than getting strung up for doing your dirty work. Call him off. I'll handle it.
Swell. You know where to find me.
All right.
This padlock's not going anywhere. Not without encouragement. Too bad I didn't bring my lockpicks. Or a hammer.
Welcome back, Miss Legere.
Hey, Sheriff?
What can I do you for?
Were you aware that a man was thrown from the window at the Rosewater Post?
Is that right? Who was it?
Never saw him before. Looked New Spanish.
Is he alive?
Yes, he's in Doc Sedgwick's care.
Well, that's good. Sounds like I need to have words with Joni, though.
Can you tell me about Joan Gallagher?
Whew, I've yet to meet anyone with a more fiery temper. My advice is to stay on Joni's good side. You don't want to end up going out the window like that poor bastard.
Is Doc Sedgwick on the up and up, or is he one of those frontier quacks?
Oh, no. Doc Sedgwick's tried and true. Well, he saved the town from a yellow fever epidemic just last year. The doc's pretty much the glue holding this town together. Leastways, that's what he's fond of telling everybody.
What's the story with Gentleman Jake?
Which one? If even half of them are true, he's a lion among men, a real Western hero. But you can catch his show while he's in town and hear it straight from the source.
Are you acquainted with Lola Johnson?
Not really. She mostly keeps to herself. As long as she don't cause trouble, I'm willing to overlook the squatting.
I saw a lady coming out of the saloon earlier. She was older, fancy looking, sounded old country. Any idea who that is?
Can't say it rings any bells. Wonder what someone like that'd be doing in Rosewater.
Thanks for the chat, Sheriff.
Come back anytime.
Okay, I can't ask for access. Can I do anything inside the railway station? Nope. Alright, let's go see the dock then.
Hello again.
He doesn't look half bad, all things considered.
No, he was lucky. Once I'm done here and the laudanum wears off, he should be right as rain.
Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, I wouldn't try talking to him just now, Miss Leger. I gave him a mild narcotic to numb the pain. He'll be out of sorts for a while. I'm afraid I haven't the time for idle chit-chat, Miss Leger.
Oh, all right. What's in the pouch?
Oh, just some supplies for house calls and emergencies.
I don't want to take his stuff. I need something to help me get into the...
Soft drink crate.
I need something to break the lock on the blacksmith door. You'd assume the gossips would be here.
Good to see you again.
Excuse me?
I'd love to chat, Miss Leger, but I'm a bit occupied at the moment.
Don't let me distract you, then.
Okay, I don't see anything here that would be hammery. See if we can poke around anywhere else. There's no general store or anything like that? An undertaker.
Business seems slow today. Probably a good thing. This place is falling apart, but these stone tiles were nice. Once.
Okay, that might work.
That did it. Tile's no good anymore, though. The smithy... Well now, what have we here? Got what I came for. Best not to stick around.
What in the ether is going on here?
You must be Lola Johnson.
That's right, Lola Johnson, who lives here.
I thought it had a certain domestic charm. Nice setup you have in here.
I don't know what you're playing at, but my patience is wearing thin.
I'll be going.
You do that.
Fancy. Too bad there doesn't seem to be a pawn shop in town.
Yeah, is it really hers or is it his?
Here's your watch back.
No fooling. You actually got it?
By a whisker. Lola turned up just as I was leaving.
Did she see you take it?
Don't think so. Anyways, that's my part of the bargain held up. You gonna let me in now?
Sure, go on. Oh, and thanks. I know we've had our tiffs, but I really do appreciate you getting this for me. My dear departed pa can rest easy again knowing his watch is back where it belongs.
That's not your watch at all, is it?
Well, it is now.
Kid, if I were you, I'd make myself scarce. Otherwise, the only way you'll be able to tell the time on that thing is by squatting over a mirror. You get me?
Yes, ma'am.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, are you ready for some thrills? Are you ready for some excitement? Are you ready for some fun? Well, without further ado, now present the star of our show, the last man standing at the Bleachbone Gulch Showdown. The only man to defeat bastard Billy Boakes in a duel. The man who discovered a gentleman, then gifted it to an orphanage. Gentleman Jake Ackerman! Yahoo!
Really?
Thank you, Charlie, for that wonderful introduction. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Gentleman Jake's Wild West. We got a heck of a performance for you today, but first, allow me to introduce my brave and loyal assistant, Danny Luo. Now let's get this show on the road. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you rope a steer. Keep it going, Danny. Maybe you'll lasso yourself one someday.
The sun beat down upon them as the duelists stood and stared. But Billy Boakes had never fought. Somebody so prepared. Jake drew his gun. And bang! The bastard crashed down with a thud. The legendary foe lay dead, defeated, in the mud.
I'm just watching. I want to see how the audience
And now
behaves
for a
without
most challenging
interference.
proposition, perhaps the greatest feat of marksmanship to which a man can set his sights. You see those 5 juggling balls that Charlie keeps whirling aloft in such a dizzying display? Ladies and gentlemen, affix your eyes on that green ball in particular, and do not dare blink. For with but a single bullet, I will pluck it from the very air. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our show. Thank you all so much. You've been a truly magnanimous, magnificent, and majestic audience.
And you can take home a piece of the legend. Come on down to the Check of Diamonds to get an autograph or a souvenir ferrotype. We'll We'll be there until last call. Stop by and shake hands with Gentleman Jake.
Ladies and gentlemen, good night.
Alright, whatever. People are easily impressed.
I'm telling you, Jake, I need that money tonight.
You knew the deal going in, Charlie. There's nothing I can do about it.
We'll see about that.
Hope I'm not interrupting, gentlemen.
My friend here was just saying his farewells. Weren't you, Charlie?
Away he goes.
Please do pardon that unpleasant display.
Now
What can
paying
I
his
do for
employees?
you, my dear?
Name's Harley Leger. I'd like to interview you for the Rosewater Post.
Well, shucks, it would be my pleasure, Miss Leger. Shall we go upstairs to my room? Beats standing out here in the dust.
Lead on.
Miss Leger, permit me to introduce my associate, Danny Luo.
We've met, actually. Not formally, I suppose. Nice to properly make your acquaintance, Miss Leger.
Likewise, Mr. Luo.
Please, you can call me Danny. Everybody does.
So what did you think of the show? Pretty spectacular, huh?
Yes, that's definitely the word for it.
I'm glad you think so. Shall we proceed with the interview?
Right. So who is the real Gentleman Jake?
Mercy me. That's a hell of a question. Now, I ain't much for philosophizing, Miss Leger, so I'll just say this. In my case, what you see is what you get.
I see. Well, okay then. How did you come to pick Rosewater as your latest venue?
Simple. Plenty of folk in this town are looking for a good show. I ain't so hoity-toity as to think El Presidio or Los Virgenes are the only places worth visiting. After spending all day bent double over a pan in a creek or working his keister off down in a mine, a man is entitled to some amusement, wouldn't you say? I value all my accomplishments equally, Miss Leger. To single any one out would diminish the others. I couldn't bring myself to do that.
What a noble sentiment.
I like to think so.
Is there anything that frightens the mighty Gentleman Jake?
You know, somebody once told me, fear is only as deep as the mind allows. When you deal with the type of folks out on the frontier that I do, marauders, bandits, desperados, your fears have got to be shallow. Otherwise, you won't last 2 seconds.
Hey, Jake, don't you have an appointment with Miss Sally this evening?
Damn, you're right. Sorry to cut things short, Miss Leger. I've got another engagement I need to prepare for.
I should have plenty for my article. I appreciate your time.
Well, I look forward to reading your story in the next edition. Danny, see the lady out, would you?
Good meeting you, Danny. Guess I'll see you around. Not to worry, gents. Jake's all yours. Hey, you were in the show. Nice juggling.
Thank you, ma'am. Jake, get your ass out here right now, you four-flusher.
Now, what's all the ruckus?
Don't play the fool with me, Ackerman. You know damn well why I'm here. You might think you can give me the runaround, but I wonder if my friends here won't convince you to pay up.
Charlie. Didn't anybody ever tell you only cowards get others to solve their problems for them?
You slum-guzzling bastard. I'm gonna fix that wobbling jaw of yours.
Come on up here, then.
Are you sure you won't reconsider, Charlie?
Shut the hell up and get out of my way. McGuire, take care of the kid. Let's dance, cowboy.
I suggest you clear out while you can, little lady. This could get ugly.
From where I'm standing, it's pretty damn ugly already. Hey!
So that's how you want it, huh? Fine. I'll let the boss deal with you when he's done. start any trouble, lady. Hey! Don't start any trouble.
Whoopsie daisy.
Alright.
Hey, nice one.
Not the most honorable way of winning a fight, but these boys were hardly playing fair.
Hey, Charlie. Looks like your guys weren't as tough as you hoped.
Whoo-wee! That got the old blood pumping.
You've got some interesting associates, Mr. Ackerman. If you'll excuse me, I have an article to write.
Hang on just a minute. I'd be a fool to just let you walk away after that performance. Come on back up here. I've got a business proposition that may interest you.
What about Miss Sally?
Oh, she can wait. All right, Miss Legere, I won't beat around the bush. Danny and I are looking to get some folks together for a job, and I think you'd make a damn fine addition to the team.
What sort of job?
Ever hear of Dr. Bennett Clark?
What about him?
Dr. Clark moved out here not long after the big disaster back in Lamplight City. He kept up his research, even did some demonstrations at the Opera House. Till one day, he just up and vanished. Nobody's seen hide nor hair of him in nearly a year.
So is he dead or what?
That's the thing. Nobody knows. But the real question is what he left behind. We're going in search of Dr. Clark's fortune.
Come again?
The feller was loaded. Somehow he managed to talk a bunch of big money investors from back east into financing his research. All those gizmos and doodads don't come cheap, you know? We find his stash, we'll all be rolling in it for years to come.
Stash? What stash? Surely it's all just numbers on a ledger somewhere.
Nope, I'm telling you, he kept his assets in cold, hard cash.
So you're looking to rob a man blind just because nobody knows where he is?
Now, nothing so uncouth as that.
Just typically how
Picture
it goes,
this,
huh?
a swashbuckling pirate captain, his vessel freighted with treasure. The vast fleets of law and order circling him, closing in. He digs a hole in the sands of some sun-kissed tropical beach to conceal his ill-gotten loot and makes himself scarce.
Why wouldn't he just take the loot with them?
Conspires to deprive him of the opportunity to return. Now, is the brave treasure hunter who seeks and unearths the bounty guilty of robbery? Or is he just returning to the world what would otherwise lie forgotten and worthless?
Oh boy.
See, we're not after Clark's personal wealth. The money in question was meant to bankroll his etheric research. Since that's been outlawed, he can't touch it. And it's a drop in the ocean for the investors. They'll never miss it.
I'm sure they will.
How many folks are you planning on bringing into this?
That depends on what we find. But I promise you, we'll all get a fair split. Enough to make it all worthwhile.
What's your plan?
Clark had a lab nearby, a couple miles outside of town. Last place anybody saw him. We poke around there, retrace his steps, and it should lead us straight to the loot.
Uh-huh.
Now, call me crazy, but I get the impression you're not entirely convinced.
Might make for an interesting story.
Truth be told, I'm not. How can you be sure Clark isn't just holed up in some cave with his cash? Or that someone didn't off him so they could claim it for themselves? We follow Clark, and whatever vanished him could end up vanishing us, too.
I admit we're asking you to put a lot of faith in us. Hell, I'd probably be just as incredulous were I in your position.
Mr. Ackerman's a good man, Miss Legere. He's never led me astray in all the time I've known him.
I appreciate it, Danny, but I think Miss Legere's gonna need a little more than just your word. Look, I've known quite a few moneyed folk in my time. They all got one thing in common. You know what that is?
Low morals.
They couldn't give a rat's ass about folks like you and me.
I admit I cannot emphatically contradict you there, but not what I meant.
So what do they have in common?
They're good at keeping their money safe. Clark's cash is out there. I just know it. As far as your safety, you just took out a couple of brutes twice our size. It's plain to see you can take care of yourself.
I'm pretty good with my pistols, and Mr. Ackerman can talk his way out of anything. But we could use somebody who's good in a fight.
Besides, stick around old Jake long enough and you'll have enough material to write a whole book. Forget a measly little write-up in the local rag. I'm offering you a front row seat to a much better show. So, what do you say?
Well,
All right, Mr. Ackerman. I'm in. At the very least, this venture should make for an interesting tale.
I'm pleased to hear you say that.
You won't regret this, Miss Leger.
We'll set out for the lab at daybreak. And please, call me Jake.
I assume I'm staying at the
Dr.
saloon?
Clark's laboratory is a short hike from Rosewater.
Where's she staying?
After getting run out of Lamplight City, this is where he went to ground. A secluded desert facility where he could get up to who knows what. Jake, Danny, and I head there at first light to see what secrets he left behind.
Quite a sight, ain't it?
I'll say. What the hell was Clark doing out here?
That's a question for minds greater than ours, Miss Leger.
I think you probably should have given her lodging somewhere, otherwise this makes no sense.
Hey, Danny?
Ma'am?
I want to know something about you, Danny.
Okay. Like what?
You and Jake known each other long?
Gosh, that's a good question. I guess it's been about 2 years?
Sounds about right.
Time goes by quick when you travel around as much as we do.
How did you two meet up, anyway?
Oh, Jake tells the story much better than I do. Ask him.
What did you do before becoming Jake's assistant?
Oh, nothing glamorous. I was a stable hand in Quick Point. Life with Gentleman Jake is certainly more, lively.
Just how old are you, anyway?
I'll be 21 this winter, but I can handle myself just fine if that's what you're worried about.
True enough. Danny's more experienced than some folk twice his age. You'd be a fool to underestimate him.
Have you got any family?
Sure. My parents and older brother live on the coast, near El Presidio. I write them every month. I haven't seen them in a dog's age, though. But Jake's been like family to me, really.
We should get a move on. Look sharp, Danny. No telling what we might find out here.
Right you are, Miss Leger.
Can we talk?
What's on your mind? I'm always happy to answer.
How'd you and Danny get together?
I was packing up after a run of shows in Quick Point, having a hard time of it. You see, my assistant had up and left a few days prior, so I was flying solo.
Your assistant left? Why?
The showman's life ain't for everybody. I don't fault him for it. Anyhow, Danny comes up and offers to help with the crates. You should have seen him. Eyes wide, hands shaking, downright charming. So Danny gives me a hand and we get to talking. Turns out he's got experience roping and shooting. Even gave me a demonstration. I offered him the job as my assistant on the spot. The rest, as they say, is history.
Would you care to recount some of your previous adventures?
I'd love to, but I'm afraid now just ain't the time. Soon as we have a respite, I'll be glad to regale you.
I'm impressed, Miss Leger. Never thought I'd live to see the day Jake refused to tell his story.
Just how did you come to learn about Clark's money?
Not long ago, I got to talking with a feller at the saloon. The whiskey had loosened his lips, and he blabbed all about the success of his Aurum claim. But then he told me about how he'd invested most of that Aurum in Clark's research, and how he wasn't the only one.
And you think
And
the
you're
investors
certain
don't care?
These investors
Exactly.
won't be wanting their money back?
Can't speak for the rest, but this feller won't. See, his aforementioned loose lips got him into trouble with some other folk. Poor bastard was shot dead in the street.
I see. Enough jabber. Let's push on. Guess it shouldn't come as a surprise that the front door is not wide open for us.
That's a serious-looking lock.
So, how are we supposed to get in?
I'd prefer if we handled this ourselves. My old pal Captain Stokes is stationed nearby at Fort Beaumont. He owes me a favor, or two.
Maybe he could give us some high-powered equipment to get inside.
You read my mind, Danny boy. Wouldn't do any harm to take a look around out here first, though.
Must take ages for any correspondence to get out here.
Probably beats having to hike into town, though.
Looks like Clark missed his last mail delivery. Seems to be from another scientist.
February 12th, 1850. Dr. Clark, I hope this letter finds you well. Upon hearing news of the reactionary and ignorant ban our leaders have seen fit to impose, my thoughts went to you and your thankless labors in the wilderness. When they hounded you out after the expo, and I wouldn't be surprised if Leroy's cronies sabotaged your display to discredit you, you were undaunted. After enduring such a trying year, I know how much building that lab out there meant to you. A turning point in your fortunes, or so it seemed. Yet I am sure you will persevere once more. One day when rationality again prevails in the halls of government and this silly thing is lifted, I hope to take you up on your offer of a tour. If you've returned to the bosom of civilization by then, all the better. With warm regards, Dr. Roderick Nethersole. P.S. How you managed to rig a TT-180 console to control both your equipment and door mechanisms still baffles me. Mine is destined for the scrapyard.
Alright, so he has fan mail from a fellow scientist.
Dr. Clark really liked his sarsaparilla. There must be at least 30 empty bottles in these crates.
I once drank 10 bottles of sarsaparilla for a bet.
Did you win?
Well, yes, and no.
Doing some tidying, are we?
We might find some use for these. Come help me. I can't carry them all myself.
Hey, I ain't gonna start belly aching if you want to go around collecting refuse. Might fetch us a few shillings if we sell them back at the Jack of Diamonds.
There you go. And some for you.
Thanks.
Alright, we're carrying bottles back.
Empty sarsaparilla. Dr. Clark.
You can't walk
The
around?
good doctor was pretty self-sufficient out here. Wonder if Dr. Clark boarded these up himself. Locked up tight.
Whoever closed this place up really didn't want anybody getting in.
This is one of the sturdiest locks I've ever seen.
I think we're gonna need to get creative. The fort stockpile might have something that could help.
Alright, so then we gotta go to the fort. Oh, who's this dude?
What are you doing? This is no place for sightseers.
And just who in the ether are you?
Such disrespect. You toy with forces you do not understand.
The lady asked you a question, sir.
Heed my warning. Stay away from this place. Its mysteries are not for you.
Hey, wait!
You have a tinfoil hat, really?
You forgot your... hat?
What was that all about?
Good question. Tinfoil. Why was that man wearing it as a hat?
Yeah, it was a tinfoil hat. Okay, so we can go either direction. What's this way? We came from the left, so I'm gonna go to the right. I don't want to chase the dude down.
No sign of that odd bearded fellow. I wonder where he scampered off to.
I reckon we got ourselves bigger fish to fry right now, Miss Leger.
So we were here. He kind of came from this direction. I guess we're supposed to go to the fort. I see the railroad and the mountains there.
Hey, look, a show!
What a racket.
She's pretty good, though.
¡Anda! ¡Híjole!
There's Spanish.
¡Caramba!
Excuse me? I said, excuse me. Hey!
Caramba, you made me miss. What do you want?
Who are you, and what are you doing out here?
I am Marisol de la Vega, Lieutenant General of the Constitutional Army of New Spain. My compadre is Corporal Eugenio Garcia.
Pleasure. I'm Harley Leger, and these are my associates Jake Ackerman and Danny Luo.
Good to meet you. In answer to your second question, Eugenio and I are practicing our shooting while we wait for our jefe to conclude his business.
Who did you say you were waiting for?
Our leader, General Filomeno Marquez. Surely you've heard of him.
Yes, of course. Who hasn't heard of the great General Marquez?
Me, for one.
Your companion would do well to educate himself. Perhaps General Marquez will see fit to honor you with his presence when he emerges from the belly of the beast. That abandoned wreck is a laboratory?
It was at some point.
Clearly you know more about it than I do.
That's all for now. Happy shooting.
Thanks, gringa. Vaya.
Nobody in sight, but I'm sure there are guards somewhere. Sturdy.
What is it?
Would you happen to know anything about the lab just over that way?
No, and quite frankly, I don't care to.
What do you all get up to in this place?
I'm really not at liberty to say, ma'am.
We'd like to come in, please.
More unannounced visitors? Must be my lucky day. What country exiled you?
None. We just want to speak with Captain Stokes.
Afraid he's indisposed.
Why don't you tell Stokes that Jake Ackerman needs a word?
Gentleman Jake?
At your service.
We're not in the market for entertainment. It's like I said. Oh, damn blasted. Would you knock it off with the shooting already? I can't hear myself think!
You call yourself a soldier when the sound of gunfire sets you quivering like a coward? Pathetic.
Look, I can't help you. I'm sorry.
I wouldn't be asking to see Captain Stokes if it wasn't important.
I opened the gate for the last person who said that to me today. And what did I get as a reward? His 2 cronies raising hell for the past hour. No, ma'am, not again.
Carry on, soldier.
Right.
Hey!
You again. What is it now?
Say, do you think you could practice your shooting somewhere else?
Why?
The fort guard isn't happy about the noise.
Well, then maybe he should choose another profession.
You're pretty good, but I bet I can beat you at shooting.
I am the best shot in New Spain.
Care to prove it?
Gladly. But a large stationary target such as this is not suitable for a contest. If you wish to challenge me, find some moving targets.
Can we use these bottles as targets?
Indeed, we can. Very well. Prepare to be humiliated.
Say, Jake, could you give us a hand?
My pleasure.
How many bottles are there?
About 30.
Then we will each shoot at 5. Whoever breaks the most wins.
Sounds fair.
I am feeling generous this morning. Would you like the opportunity to practice first?
Yes, actually.
Very well.
Ready with those bottles, Jake?
Yep, get ready. Set. Bottle in the air.
Ha! You
What
missed.
the frigging hell?
Here we go.
I'll get the next one.
Incoming.
Fantastic.
Incoming.
I'll get the next one.
Bottle in the air.
You
Oh, I
missed.
suck at this.
Let us hope you improve very quickly. All right, for real this time.
Ready, set, bottle in the air.
Damn it.
Here we go.
I'll get the next one.
Incoming.
You missed.
Bottle in the air.
I'll
How
get
are
the
we
next
supposed
one.
to hit these?
Here we go.
You don't even let us think.
Damn it.
My turn.
Bottle in the air.
Anda.
Incoming.
Dale.
Here we go.
Dale.
Here we go.
Anda.
Incoming.
Damn. I win. Better luck next time, sweetheart.
Can we talk?
What's up?
You're good with your gun. What's the best way to hit a moving target?
Oh, well, I find concentration is key. Just visualize hitting the target and you won't go wrong.
How about an encore of your juggling ball trick? Beat that lady at shooting, and we can get her to practice elsewhere.
I see. Not a bad plan, but I make it a point never to perform without a crowd. Ask Danny. He's a good shot, but a little practice couldn't hurt him.
How are we supposed to get into the fort?
Good question. I figured it'd be a breeze, but the guard's ornery as a mama bear with a sore teat. We need to figure out how to get on his good side.
Any idea who that odd fellow with the beard was?
Not a clue. Sure seemed a few cows short of a herd, didn't he?
I'll say. Let's hope he doesn't cause us any trouble. Enough jabber. Let's push on. Hey, Danny?
Ma'am?
How can we get into the fort?
God seems upset about all the noise. Maybe he'll warm to us if we can figure out some way to take care of it?
Who do you suppose that odd bearded fellow was?
I don't know. But I hope we don't run into him again. He gave me a strange feeling.
You said before you were good with your pistols. Any advice on how I might best that loudmouth at shooting?
Moving targets aren't easy to hit. Best advice I can give is to try shooting just ahead of where you think it'll go. Of course, I could give it a try myself if you want.
Okay, Danny. Let's see what you've got. Think you can teach that show-off a lesson?
It'll be my pleasure. Excuse me, ma'am?
What do you want, boy?
I think I'd like to beat you at that bottle shooting.
Oh, this is gonna be good. All right, kid, let's see what you got.
Why don't you go first? Show me how it's done.
My pleasure.
Ready, set, incoming.
Damn!
Incoming.
Take that!
Here we go.
Anda!
Incoming.
Caramba!
Here we go.
Take that! Let's see you beat that.
Ready, Danny boy?
Yep. Don't worry about the warnings. Just throw.
So clearly Danny's the real skill.
Don't believe this. Beaten by a chinito de mierda. Eugenio, vámonos de aquí.
She's not a very good sport.
Never mind her. That was some fine shooting.
Sure was. You weren't kidding about being good with those pistols.
It was nothing. But thanks.
That thing has seen some action.
Okay.
Hey, guard!
What is it?
Sure is a nice, peaceful morning, isn't it?
What happened to those cacophonous varmints?
They took their business elsewhere. Now, would you be so kind as to let us in?
So long as you promise to keep it down.
Deal.
Alright, here we go.
Well now, what have we here?
I appreciate your hospitality, Captain, but I must admit I am perplexed by the change in your position.
It's not my position, General Marquez. It's the position of the government of the Commonwealth of Vespuccia. I have some discretion in the execution of my orders, but I'm sure you can appreciate that there's a chain of command.
I am, of course, most grateful for the aid you have rendered in the past. I am sure that your recommendations carry weight with your superiors. If you would be willing to lend your influence in support of our cause.
Perhaps we can speak of this at another time, Mr. Marquez. As I said, I have other concerns to deal with.
Of course. I look forward to our next meeting.
Captain Stokes, you're a difficult man to see.
Ackerman, how the hell are you?
Leave this to me. I'll have Stokes eaten from the palm of my hand.
Good day, Captain. Madam? Just a moment. I have seen you before.
I'm surprised you saw much of anything after that tumble you had.
Ah, of course. The newspaper office. I owe you my thanks.
Happy to help.
What's your name, anyway?
Harley Leger. This is Danny Luo, and over there is Jake Ackerman.
Sir?
I am General Filomeno Marquez. Though Filomeno seems to be difficult for you Vespuccians, so you may call me Phil.
Phil it is. Good to meet you.
And you? What brings you to the fort?
We were in the area and thought we'd pay a visit.
A social call.
Jake seems to think Stokes can help us get into the abandoned lab
Okay,
that's
sure,
near
just
here.
tell him anyway.
And why might that old ruin interest you, eh?
We were thinking it might make a nice hotel. Just need to spruce it up a bit. Then we can charge folks for rustic desert stays.
A Vespuccian with a sense of humor. I suppose stranger things have happened. In any case, there may be something in there to interest me as well. In fact, I could get the laboratory open so we could both go in, if Stokes were not so stingy with his munitions.
How do you mean?
My specialty is demolitions and explosives. I just do not have any on hand right now. I thought perhaps the captain might once again be willing to assist a fellow warrior in a righteous cause.
I don't think
It's like I told Mr. Marquez, my hands are tied. Much as I'd like to help, I've got enough to worry about with my men missing. In fact, I was just heading out to search, so if you'll excuse me.
Hold your horses, Captain. How about we come with? I'm sure you could use the extra eyes.
It's mighty kind of you, Ackerman. Can't promise it'll be safe, though. We'll be going near native territory.
Come on, Stokes. You forget who you're talking to? I laugh in the face of danger. We'll ride with you.
Your friend is quite the braggadocio, no?
That's Jake for you, as colorful as they come.
You're all in, then?
Apparently so.
I will accompany you as well.
Sorry, who are you?
Y'all can get acquainted on the trail. Let's get going. Sun's almost up. Appreciate y'all coming out with me. Strength in numbers and all that.
Our pleasure, Captain.
Exactly who is it you're looking for?
My first lieutenant, John Mulberry.
So when did your man go missing?
He left leading the patrol last evening and they never returned. I just hope the natives didn't get him. Things have been a bit tense of late.
What makes you believe the natives are behind Mulberry's disappearance?
Our patrol perimeter goes close to their village. Wouldn't be the first time we've come to blows over boundaries. They fall back once they see our superior firepower. Thankfully, they haven't got guns, but they've been getting mighty bold lately.
So you're saying they've gotten aggressive when you've gone near their land? Sounds to me like they're just defending themselves.
Miss Leger, with all due respect, you've no idea what you're talking about. We've already given these folks an inch, but they have taken a mile. The government's tried appeasing them with treaties and such, but those ain't worth the paper they're written on. You'd sooner reason with a coyote.
Well, I think... Ah!
Engines!
Oh boy, here we go.
So far, we have been stymied in our efforts to search Clark's laboratory. Captain Stokes let out a search patrol, and he let all us supplicants tag along. But it wasn't enough to deter the native war party that ambushed us. Stokes slipped the trap laid for him, leaving us four to stand in his stead. Now we await intelligence of our captors and some sign of our fate.
Well, isn't this a fine turn of events?
I mean, I'm Canadian, guys. We remember the days when we were there for 50 years or 100 years undisturbed, and then suddenly some native tribe who's half Chinese, half native from Californian rail worker brothels wanders in and you know, tries to claim this was their land. When their people had never lived on these lands, they're from down south. So there are issues with the whole concept of migration treaty, of who's allowed to migrate and who's not, and why there's a double standard towards native peoples, because they think they own territories of the northern continent when they were living in the southern. But we'll not get into that politics further.
Must be for storage. Completely empty. Wonder what they use these for.
Head catchers would be my guess.
Hey, so funny.
It was not meant to be.
Empty.
For now.
This basket's full of soap.
And at least we can keep...
Uh-huh.
Alright, we have some free soap.
I suppose all of these were made here. Quite a collection.
What else we got? We got corn. He lost his hat.
Hey, Jake?
Miss Legere?
Making yourself comfortable?
Not really. His bench is hard as a rock. Could do with some back support, too. But it's as good a place as any to think of a way out of here.
Had any ideas for escaping yet?
You'll be the first to know, I assure you.
Did you manage to see what became of Captain Stokes?
No, I was a mite preoccupied. But I'm inclined to take the fact that he's not in here with us as a favorable sign.
Surely a fellow of daring do like yourself has been in a predicament like this before?
More times than I can count.
How'd you manage to get free?
Well, you gotta understand, every situation's different. Easiest way's usually bribing a guard, but sometimes you gotta get creative. Well, it's one time but no, that wouldn't work here.
Why not?
'Cause I'd need a few things, and coming by them in here will be next to impossible.
If you've got a plan, it's at least worth trying.
I reckon you're right. Main thing I need is something pliable, like wax or soft wood. Then something sharp to shape it with, and finally some shiny material. Metallic looking would be best. Find me those things, and we might be in business.
Alright, look on the soap.
I'll leave you to your thoughts. Is this pliable enough for you?
This'll do nicely.
Will this work for what you need?
Shiny and metallic. Perfect.
I just need something sharp. Let's see if you guys have anything.
Hey, Danny?
What is it?
Relax, Danny. It'll be okay.
You think so?
Sure. If these folks meant us any harm, they wouldn't have bothered capturing us.
I didn't think of it that way. I sure hope you're right. They took my guns, so... not really.
You and Jake must have gotten into scrapes like this before, right?
Well, I have, yes. Although it was before I met Jake. But is this really the time for stories?
Fair enough. Perhaps another time. Were you able to see how Captain Stokes fared?
I lost sight of him when I got knocked off my horse. Sure hope he made it, though.
Got anything that might work for Jake's plan?
Sorry, Miss Leger. I haven't got anything.
Nothing, okay.
Phil?
Eh?
Hey, chin up, Phil. It's not so bad in here.
Perhaps not. Compared to some places I have been imprisoned, this one is rather habitable.
So, this isn't the first time you've been locked up?
Certainly not. At least these people seem more hospitable to their prisoners than the Spanish. Not just yet. I want to see how things play out.
What do you mean?
Something about this does not feel right. We know very little of our captors. I cannot devise anything until that changes. Yes, though I wish I had not. Pinche cobarde.
That doesn't sound like a good thing.
He turned and ran. Took his men and abandoned us. To think I held him as a man of honor. Bastardo!
Whoa!
Easy there, Phil.
Forgive me, but I cannot abide a
The
deserter.
general left us
It
behind.
takes a low sort to abandon someone who's counting on you.
Okay, well. That'll be our sharp thing, I guess. Alright, Jake, get us out of
This
this.
sharp enough for you?
It'll do, it'll do. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. You got everything.
Sure did. Now, will you tell me about this plan of yours?
I'm bluffing our way out of here. Give me a few minutes and you'll see what I mean. Voila.
You carved a gun out of soap and wrapped it in tinfoil?
That's right.
It's certainly creative, I'll give you that.
Necessity is the mother of invention, as they say. Anyhow, soon as somebody comes in, I'll draw this and catch them off guard. You knock them out in the confusion, then we make our escape.
And you have confidence this will work?
These folk don't know firearms, they can't tell the difference.
But, what if...
Hello in there? I'm coming inside.
Well, ain't this fortuitous?
Greetings. I'm Nadine. I've come to...
Hands up!
Is that a fake gun?
Yes?
Don't mind my friend here. Nadine, was it?
Yes, Nadine Redbird.
Harley Leger. Wait a minute. Weren't you Doc Sedgwick's apprentice?
That's right. You know him?
We spoke briefly, and he took care of Phil over there.
That's good. I do miss working with him.
Does that mean this is a medical call?
The chief sent me to make sure none of you were hurt. She also wants to speak with whoever's in charge of your group.
That would be me.
All due respect, sir, but after that little trick you just pulled, you're out of the running.
I'll go then.
All right, come with me. I bring you Miss Harley Leger, representing the captives.
Thank you, Nadine. You may return and tend to the others.
I will.
Enter and be welcome. You may call me Chief Lutzi. I am responsible for the people of this village.
Pleasure's all mine.
You have violated the borders of the Autumn Nation, duly established by recognized treaty with your government. Miss Leger, why are you here?
Where did you think the borders were?
Captain Stokes is missing some troops, and we were helping in the search.
You serve Stokes. Curious, you do not dress like a soldier.
We have nothing to do with the fort.
Who are you then?
I'm a journalist for the Rosewater Post. My companions and I are researching Dr. Bennett Clark. We only came to Stokes to ask for help getting inside the abandoned laboratory on the other side of the valley. Thought maybe you could spare some dynamite or something. But first we had to ride with him to find First Lieutenant Mulberry and his missing men.
I see. What did he tell you of us?
Let's just say he didn't paint a very pretty picture.
Unsurprising. Do you share his opinion?
Well, you haven't killed me yet, so I'd like to take that as a good sign.
The Artham mean you no harm, Miss Leger. However, for months, the fort soldiers have routinely violated our borders and harassed our people. Just last night, a band of them came, led by this man, Mulberry. They attacked us in our fields and set fire to our crops.
Were there any casualties among your people?
No deaths, although a number were burned or wounded in the fight. As for Mulberry, we captured him. He is under guard in one of our empty storehouses. Stokes has turned our village into a prison, and now he is recruiting civilians to come after us. I fear this will not end until everything we have has been turned to ash. But I cannot allow that. Something must be done.
Traditionally, it went the other way around. Folks would defend their forts, and folks wandering the lands were the hunters, not the soldiers. Private individuals trying to find food.
You're right. Can we help you in any way?
I believe so. And you can get what you're after as well.
I'm listening.
Our scouts have observed an army wagon making regular deliveries to the fort from Rosewater. It comes in the night, when few others are willing to travel, and always it arrives a day or two after the train stops in town.
Then that would be tonight? I just arrived on the latest train into Rosewater.
Yes, exactly. I cannot know for sure, but I believe this wagon carries supplies, along with weapons and munitions. The soldiers use these to strengthen themselves, then come and deprive us of what little we have. If you and your people were to obtain them, it would be to our mutual benefit. We would have a means of defense, you would have the tools to enter this laboratory, and Stokes would be deprived of his armaments.
Yes, so traditionally speaking, like, newcomers will put up farms, and the landed folks who were living in that region would burn those farms because they didn't want to share the water supply, right? So you'd find more often that if folks encroached on someone else's area, they would try to deter them from staying by removing their, their work. Which is offensive because the people who are dependent on those resources who are longer standing. So, for example, if a newcomer did that, they'd be forced to, that's their food supply, right? They'd be forced to send troops out to hunt down the people attacking them and remove them. So it's like, who was there first? Was this a migrant tribe of natives migrating from the south, taking offense and destroying someone else's food supply? Or was this a new person, ignorant of the folks who were around, trying to build a farm to feed their peoples rather than to use the surrounding area's food sources? They were trying to create their own, being sabotaged. So you gotta look sort of less superficially and sort of go more to the consideration of constraints, because you have native peoples who were camped and located fixed, right, fighting with native peoples who were migratory. Let's take the Europeans out of the equation for a moment. These two groups were fighting in exactly the same way, right? It's always the migrant factor that tends to create the conflict. It doesn't matter where they're from. The folks who are living there are using the land to keep themselves alive, and they take offense when the folks from outside the land are attacking their resources, right? They're either foragers, right? And they're unfamiliar with the concept of a farm. They're just stealing things, thinking, oh, this is in the wild, I can take what I want. And unfortunately with farms, that's not how it works. They protect the borders of the farms, right? because the resources that they're producing is a factor of their work and curation of the farm. They're putting in the effort to keep the farm alive. They expect the rewards from that not to be stolen. So they defend that farm and that boundary. So yeah, so try not to be superficial about the oh, you're white, so you must be evil bullshit. It's like sometimes it wasn't the white people who were evil, it was the South American versions of the native peoples who were attacking the whites and the other natives. Or, you know, the Chinese settlers. We still have Filipinos today in Canada who keep getting caught impersonating native peoples. So try not to be superficial about it, is all we ask.
You're proposing we raid a military supply wagon? That sounds
So
awfully
these
risky.
guys they're both fighting each other superficially
No
here.
safety. In doing nothing, we risk extermination at the hands of these
It's like,
men.
great, they're asking us to choose
Tonight,
a side.
then, huh?
Tonight, or not at all. The cover of darkness will be to your advantage.
I don't really want to help
Our
them.
scouts have also noted that only 2 men guard the wagon.
Guess I'd better tell the others and get to planning.
You are welcome to rest here in the meantime.
Wait, I have
Thank
to do
you,
this?
Chief Lutzi.
Why
May the
do I have to do
Earthmaker
this?
guide you.
Why am I being forced to participate in a crime here?
Everyone in good shape?
Mr. Luo has some minor bruising, but your friends are otherwise healthy.
Good to know. Hey, fellas, come on out here. We got some business to discuss.
I take it your meeting with the chief went well?
It did. These are good people who can help us if we help them.
Helped them? With what?
With Stokes and the fort. Turns out the reason Mulberry didn't come back is that he was taken prisoner while conducting an unprovoked raid on this village. A raid Stokes himself ordered.
What?
Army soldiers have been crossing into Otham territory and attacking them without justification.
It's true. I have treated many of the wounded myself.
Hijo de la... We cannot let this injustice stand.
Oh boy.
That is troubling.
This
But
is
what can
more
we
European
do
bashing
about
now.
Chief Lutzi suggested we hit him where it hurts, the fort's supply chain. So we'll be carrying out our own raid on a delivery wagon.
And to think just yesterday you were having reservations about robbing folk. Reckon it's true what they say
It's
about
like
the
criminals
frontier
are just
changing
justifying
people.
crime with more crime. Like the smallpox, for example. Oh, the Europeans brought smallpox. No, the real cause of smallpox was someone picked it up in the environment hunting for food around the Columbian River when someone tried to con the new explorer European white folks to go talk to this plague village. And they ended up in a conflict, and when the village was destroyed, the plague victims started running everywhere. And the ultimate source of the plague was not the Europeans' conflict with this thing. It's the fact that these folks were hunting an animal that picked up a virus in the jungles, right? They were already sick. It's just the war displaced them and spread the disease through both the unsuspecting European populations and the other unsuspecting, Central American Incan peoples. Who were, taking in refugees from this camp, who were not telling them that they were sick. And like I said, the original source was it was the food they were hunting in the jungle. It was like a capybara or it was probably the capybaras because that was their primary food source, right? They eventually made the cure using the virus from these, which was not in fact a smallpox. It was a slightly different cousin virus in the same family. But, propaganda. Keep listening to that and be stupid. Like when you go down and you do the research and you look at the things they don't want you to look at. You look at the base facts and the details. Like where were they? Like you have to look at the bigger picture. Smallpox, for example, has a 2-week incubation period. These folks were not hoofing it off to Africa and coming back with slaves in a 2-week period. These people were in the jungle exploring, talking to native tribes, and trying to map the area. They were tricked by a native tribe to go look for gold. And that's where the illness was originally picked up, right? They weren't, back here and forth wandering plantations. They were wandering the rivers around the Incan tribes and hunting for food in the areas around there. Hunting and trading for food. So, stop throwing stones at your European, migrants. They're ignorant and naive. They don't understand what you're doing. But you're being, evil and manipulative and con artisty to, try and get something from them. And we're starting to get smarter than that. And looking sort of at the bigger picture is probably the way to go, because it doesn't work to keep enabling criminals and crime and con artistry and fraud.
Desperate times call for desperate measures. Phil needs dynamite to get into the lab. This is our chance to get it.
And help these people too, right?
Of course, but we've got to consider our needs too. Now listen up, because we've got some preparations to make. And the wagon will be coming through tonight, according to the chief. We can get the munitions Phil needs to get us into the lab, along with some weapons and supplies for the Autumn.
The old 1-2 punch. I like it.
Only question is, what's the best approach?
I'm thinking we create a distraction. We get the wagon to stop, then you and I keep the driver occupied while Danny and Phil sneak the stuff out.
I prefer a more direct approach. You said the wagon was poorly guarded, eh? We have enough fighters to overpower them. When they see they are outmatched, we should be able to take what we need without firing a shot.
Wouldn't it be better to do this without drawing any attention? You could set up a roadblock, then sneak out what you need while they investigate.
All good plans. Have you got anything, Danny?
No, but I think we should be careful. Something like this could so easily go wrong.
So, what's it going to be?
Can we do this stealthily?
I like Jake's plan.
Let's try
All right,
Jake's.
just follow my lead. If things start to go south, say, hang up the fiddle. That'll be the cue for Danny and Phil to vamoose.
I can help too, if you need an extra pair of hands.
Oh, well, sure. That'd be much appreciated, Miss Redbird.
Well, we better get ready. Let's hope this goes off without a hitch.
We're gonna be theatrical.
What's going on here?
Finally a third party. Maybe you can settle this argument for us.
Ma'am, is this man causing you grief?
Not nearly as much as she's caused me, I can assure you.
You read the will same as I did. Mama left those jewels to me, not you.
Mama wasn't right in the head. She didn't know her patoot from her elbow.
What's going on out here?
These two lackwits are standing in the middle of the path. This ain't no place for a family quarrel.
What in the Sam Hill are you two doing out here this time of night anyway?
We had a bit of wagon trouble on our way home to Rosewater. You ever been there?
Yes, sir. It's where I grew up.
After all we've been through, I need a drink. I'll be glad for some rest at the Jack of Diamonds.
Oh, sure. Love that place.
Me too. I wouldn't mind forgetting our troubles. Like how our wagon turned over and stranded us out here.
Your wagon turned over? Well, how'd that happen?
Something ran out in front of us, spooked our horse.
It was the biggest, meanest bear I ever saw.
A bear? Around these parts?
You must have quite the imagination, ma'am.
Or these two are up to something.
I believe the time has come to hang up the fiddle. Pardon for the disturbance, gentlemen.
Oops. What do we get?
You have come back to us.
I'm sorry, Chief Lutzi. We weren't able to get very much, but we were at least able to obtain a chest of firearms.
Nevertheless, I am grateful for your efforts on our behalf. Did you obtain what you needed?
Yes, with this dynamite, getting into the lab will be quite easy.
Then I am glad the raid proved fruitful.
Chief Lutzi, I am curious. Now that you can arm your people, what is your
This is
plan?
a bad idea.
I can certainly understand your curiosity, General Marquez.
You know me?
We are close enough to the new Spanish border to keep informed of current events. To answer your question, we will defend ourselves. Peace has not worked against those who wish to harm us, so we must answer them with force.
You strike me as a wise and capable leader, but allow me to offer one piece of advice. Do not underestimate your enemy. Nothing angers a tyrant like a show of resistance.
I appreciate it, General, but I believe we will overcome.
I truly hope you do.
So, there's something else. Several crates in the wagon were marked Rosewater. I thought it was strange, considering that's where the wagon was coming from. And not only that, we found a safe filled with Aurum bars.
I wanted to take them, but Danny refused.
I imagine you had good reason for that.
They were marked. They wouldn't have been any good to us.
Good thinking, then. The last thing we need is the Royals on us for stealing their Aurum.
The Royal Police? Nah, out here they'd send in the army. Or God forbid, the Blackburns.
The Union Busters?
Unions, heads, you name it.
The big question is, why send Aurum to the fort?
An intriguing line of inquiry, but I ain't sure the fort's dealings should concern us.
Perhaps not. But I am curious as well. Something unusual is happening here. Stokes was all too happy to aid our cause before my exile. Now he acts like a stranger. It cannot be a coincidence. I am going to charge my Lieutenant General with finding out more about these shipments.
Chasing more wagons full of Aurum?
Something like that. It is clear there will be no more aid from Stokes now, and I still have an army to outfit. Perhaps we will find something we can actually keep.
If money's what you're after, maybe you'd entertain the notion of joining our posse. That goes for you too, Miss Redbird.
What are you talking about?
I'll explain everything on the way back to the lab. Danny, you stay here and help unload the supplies. You can give Nadine the lowdown. Come meet us when you're done.
Will do.
I am sending one of our hunters to return Mulberry to the fort. He can show you the way back.
Much appreciated. Right, let's get a move on. You coming with me and Phil, Miss Legere?
Damn right. Someone's got to be sure you don't blow yourself sky high. And can it with the Miss Legere bunk? It's Harley.
Duly noted. Now let's get going.
Just one more thing before you go, Harley. You said you were a journalist, yes?
That's right.
Do you believe the townspeople would take an interest in our cause?
Some might. I can certainly tell my employer about the treatment you've received.
Please do. I have a statement I would like you to carry back. The Autumn are a peaceful people. We wish to be your good neighbors and friends. But if a Vespuccian soldier or any other person comes with violent intent to harm us, we will do what we must to protect our people.
Got it. Would you be willing to sit for an interview with someone from the post?
Gladly. My words are for all who will listen with open hearts.
I'll make sure your message is received.
Thank you.
Thanks for showing us back, partner. We can take it from here. Well, would you look at that?
Where's his hat?
Didn't think I'd be seeing old Jesse again. I'm keeping this arrowhead as a good luck charm. And who knows? Maybe some collector out there'd be interested in acquiring the arrowhead that nearly wiped out Gentleman Jake.
Híjole. Is he always like this?
I wonder how things will go for the Otham now that they have firearms.
Well enough, I hope. Provided they don't point them at us.
The flag Stokes was carrying.
Pity it's in such a sorry state.
I shouldn't leave this here.
It's good to see someone who respects their country.
Okay, let's keep going.
You're quite certain you know what you're doing?
Just leave everything to me, and stand far, far back.
Wow, that's overkill. And you might be killing stuff just directly around the door.
Impressive work there, Phil.
Gracias.
And an explosion will certainly liven up your article. Eh, Harley?
When it's a wood building, that would just burn right down, right? Alright.
Well, slap my behind and call me Betsy.
Not sure what I was expecting to find, but it wasn't this.
It has been completely ransacked.
Still, there's gotta be some indication of where Clark took his money. Let's take a look around. But watch yourselves. No telling what any of these doohickeys might be capable of.
I can't see through. The window is too grimy. A wooden mannequin in a cage? I have so many questions.
You sure you want them answered?
I can't make heads nor tails of this chicken scratch. There's about 2 inches of dust. Empty. Not really surprising. What in the ether is this thing?
I wouldn't get too close.
Some kind of console. Seems to connect to a few things. Not much left. Some books and a broken device. Is this some kind of combination or code? It won't turn any further. One of the dials is...
Alright.
I guess this may... One of the
So I need a dial.
That won't...
I need to be able to turn it up to 2.
What in...
I wouldn't...
Looks like it's...
And that wire runs to the console.
Won't do us any...
I can't...
Okay. Let's go further in.
This Clark fellow was into some strange things, wasn't he?
I'm starting to understand why he chose to do his work out in the middle of nowhere.
This may have held something interesting once, but now it's just lodging for spiders. This must be where Clark parked his rear during his experiments. I get the impression this is what powers everything in here.
We just need to get it running again somehow.
I'm guessing this thing needs to hit full power before the machine... No good. There's some power getting through, but it needs more.
Okay, so this has to be...
I can't I bet...
Okay, I need to find a screwdriver.
I can't...
Nothing of use to...
Anything interesting in there?
Not really. Probably why they were left behind.
Guess we won't get to see what's up on the roof.
Just as well. I prefer to keep my feet on the ground.
Need a tool.
Hey, Phil? Let's talk.
What about?
Clark's lab is really quite something, wouldn't you agree?
Yes, something unnatural. Something perverse. What possessed him to undertake this research is beyond me.
So how did you wind up here in Vespuccia?
That is a very long story, and I do not wish to relate it now. Perhaps another time?
Fair enough. How did you become so proficient with explosives?
The science of it always fascinated me. Even as a child, I read a great deal about mining and demolitions. The lessons were invaluable. So, when my parents sent me to university, I studied civil engineering. Most people do not realize just how much care must be taken when dealing with dynamite.
Hang on. You have a university education?
Of course. Does this surprise you?
No, I just didn't think a revolutionary would have a degree.
Well, I do. From the Escuela Superior de Ingenieros in Madrid. That so-called newspaper editor dared to write that the People's Revolution was over, that we had been crushed by the forces of the Spanish army. Defeated, we will not abandon our cause. I demanded a correction. What did I get instead? A defenestration.
Rough break.
Yes.
Right. Carry on.
Can I borrow your arrowhead for a sec?
Can we talk?
What's on your mind? 'Cause you know I've been wondering about the Otham. What do you suppose will happen to him now that they're armed with guns?
Yeah, probably gets...
I worry the fort will see it as an excuse to declare an all-out war.
Yes, that is my fear as well. If Stokes attacks and they successfully fend him off, then perhaps he will leave them alone.
I doubt it. They'll see you have their guns, they'll accuse you of theft, and then they'll wipe you out to get the guns
best of
back.
luck to him. I admit, I never gave much credence to all that ethericity business, but seeing all them contraptions and appurtenances, let's just say it's given me a new appreciation for Clark's tenacity.
Because, you know, you practice the theft. You practice the theft, right? So you committed a crime, you gave them an excuse.
Might I borrow that arrowhead for a spell?
By all means. Maybe it'll bring you some luck, too.
Enough jabber. Let's push on. Let's see if this works.
Like, just because you want something doesn't mean you can steal from
That
people.
did it. I could try scraping it, but that muck's... Looks like... There's a... I hope this isn't considered treason. That should do it.
Alright, well, we fixed one. Now we have to deal with
No wonder the
this.
power's not getting through. Looks a bit worse.
Uh-huh. We got two
No good.
running. So we need something to remove the corrosion.
This is where all the cables wind up. I can't begin.
Nothing of...
This may have...
Can I use it to turn the knob as well?
That won't fit. One of the... I guess... Nothing happened.
There's no power.
TT-180. Must be this contraption's model number. No hand.
Corrosion. That's a mess.
At least Dr. Clark practiced. At least
No? Bum, bum, bum.
Looks like some type of cannon, and it's pointing right at the cage. Wonder if Dr.
How far back can we go?
Dios mío, what is this abomination?
Howdy, folks. Interested in learning about Coltit's miracle elixir?
Of course we are, little lady.
Then step on over here.
Oh boy.
I'm sure there's a lesson here about the laws of supply and demand. Professor Xander Coltit III. Good medicine for good people. My guess is the primary ailment these folks cure is swollen purses.
Probably true.
Boy, oh boy, I sure wish I was you.
Beg pardon?
Why, today's your lucky day.
Is that right?
Yes, sirree. You're just in time to experience the travesty of Xander Coltit III's miracle elixir.
The what now?
Oh, dang. I mean, the majesty of Xander Coltit III's miracle elixir. My name is Olivia Coltit, and I'm here to answer all your questions about this evolutionary new medication.
Are you sure you don't mean revolutionary new medication?
That's what I said. So, do you want to hear about it or not?
Fine, I'll bite. Tell me about this miracle elixir.
Glad you asked. From the maker of the widely popular Coltit's emulsified soporific comes Coltit's miracle elixir, the finest, most elective tonic in Vespuccia. Guaranteed to treat and cure all illnesses from arthritis to yellow fever. And for a special limited time, we're selling it for the treasonable price of just 5 crowns.
Sounds pretty miraculous, all right. What's in this elixir, anyway?
Oh, I don't know. Daddy's the one who makes it. Oh, but I know he gets his secret ingredient from some lady named Ethel. He always talks about her when he makes a new batch.
5 crowns seems a bit pricey. How about I give you 2 instead?
Sorry, ma'am. Daddy told me not to hackle.
Oh, I'm sure we can agree that rules were made to be broken, young lady. Would you consider 3 crowns? We'll tell everybody we meet to come see you. Then you can charge them a reasonable 6.
Well, okay, deal.
You wouldn't happen to be related to a kid in Rosewater named Jem, would you?
No, ma'am. Far as I know, I'm a lonely child.
Why are you parked in the middle of the desert when there's a town full of potential customers not 2 miles from here?
Oh, I'm just minding the wagon while my daddy's doing his business at the fort. But he told me to stand out here and detract anybody who might come by.
And has anyone else come by?
Oh, sure. Tons of folk. Only one who didn't stop was a feller on horseback. Too bad, 'cause the guy he was hauling looked like he could have used some elixir.
That was the one who we just saw releasing the dude back to the fort.
Say, do you know anything about that lab over there?
No, but I did hear a big boom coming from that way. Was that your doing?
No.
Oh, come on, you could tell me. I'm no tattler.
I said no. Now stop asking.
Fine, jeez.
I think I've heard enough for now. We'll just be going.
It was a real pressure.
Ooh! Let's put some of this elixir to good use.
Alright. Done. We got the first problem solved.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Looks like Phil managed to get the door open.
I wonder if they found anything inside.
Oh. I'd say so, yes.
We are up and running.
Impressive. This technology is amazing. What did this Clark fellow intend to do with such power?
I'm beginning to wonder about that myself.
Nice job getting the lights back on.
Get everything squared with the Otham?
I think so.
We got them as much as we could. I hope they'll be all right.
Well, I suppose we should see about...
Hello? Is someone in here?
Damn. Looks like we've attracted some attention.
I come in peace. Please, make yourself known.
Guess we don't have much choice.
Hail!
It's tinfoil hat
Goodness, I wasn't expecting so many of you.
And we weren't expecting anybody at all.
And just who might you be?
I am Paul Burkhart, emissary of the Luminarians.
The what now?
We are disciples of Dr. Clark, protectors of his artifacts and legacy.
No kidding. So you must know all about him then.
Quite so.
Well, isn't this our lucky day? Can you tell us what you know about him?
If you seek enlightenment, we will be glad to share our wisdom with you. But let us all return to the commune. We must not further defile the sanctity of this place. Come, I am eager to learn about you all.
Sure, just pull us away while they do whatever they want in this place.
Welcome to Chrysalis, friends.
Oh boy.
Feel free to explore, converse with the residents. You'll find we have much to offer. We'll speak again soon.
There feels
What
like
an
bad.
accommodating fella.
This is all very strange. You all might be into this porqueria, but I want no part of it. I am going back to the lab.
Suit yourself. All right, let's see what we can learn about where Clark's stash might be. But let's not overplay our hand, shall we? If anybody asks, our interest is purely academic.
I'm really not a good liar, Mr. Ackerman.
Shoot, nobody's asking you to lie, sugar. Just withhold certain details. We're interested in learning about Clark. That's all there is to it. Come on, Danny. Let's see where our friend's gone off to.
I know lying doesn't come natural to some. For others, it's like breathing. Don't take this amiss, but if you'd like some pointers, sometimes it's good to be able to keep certain things to yourself you don't want everybody and his uncle to know.
Oh. All right.
Above all else, be confident. If you sound like you believe what you're saying, they will too.
You seem to have a lot of experience in these matters.
Maybe, but I only lie when it's necessary.
You find it necessary to lie?
Exactly.
Sure, at times. To save my skin.
I find the truth
You
works
don't?
better.
I haven't needed to.
Lucky you. Hope that keeps working out for you. But if anyone asks what you were up to the day when, say, a wagon got raided outside Rosewater, a little capacity for dissimulation might be handy to have.
Your advice is appreciated. I'll just see what I can find out on my own.
Kitchen to the left, rostrum to the right. If the smell's anything to go by, that crate's full of fertilizer. Not very intimidating. No wonder the crops are bare. Certainly colorful. Suppose that's where the animals are kept.
Alright, let's go check with her.
Quite the contraption. Full of grain, by the look of it. My, that's quite imaginative.
I go through a portal and there are light people.
This isn't much use with a wheel missing. Handle still looks good, at least. This... Excuse me?
Ah, hello. You must be one of Miss Redbird's companions.
That's right. Harley Legere.
My name is Evan. Evan Holbrook. Welcome to Chrysalis.
Evan was just showing me the cookhouse. You know they grow or raise everything they eat here themselves?
Well, mostly. Sometimes we need to resupply from town, but we aim to be fully self-reliant. Our dedication will be rewarded with bounty. Not quite. Everyone in Chrysalis does their part. It's my day on the rota to fix breakfast.
Do you have a doctor?
We have a few skilled in healing, yes. I do wish we had more knowledge of agriculture. Our crops haven't been thriving like we hoped.
What's your story, Evan? How did you join up with these folks?
Well, like many of the others here, I was living in New Britannia. My wife was there at the etheric demonstration at the expo. I thought I'd lost her forever. But emissary Paul found me and explained how she hadn't perished, merely transcended.
Oh boy.
At first, I didn't believe him. I wanted to throttle him, actually.
I can understand that reaction.
You vaporize them to the other side?
In my grief, I had become blinded.
Oh, I am so sorry.
Ah, don't be. One day I'll transcend too, and we'll be reunited in the ether.
Uh-oh.
You said your crops weren't doing well. Why not?
Getting the irrigation in this year saved some of the crop, but we're facing lean times. We simply must find a way to grow enough to feed everyone.
Which is impossible with excess births and migration.
Did you ever meet Dr. Clark?
Alas, no. I hadn't really heard of him before the expo. I was looking at the waxed anatomical models in the medical marvels exhibit. But my wife said they turned her stomach, so she went to see the etheric pavilion instead. I don't think she really knew who Bennett Clark was either. It was just something to pass the time. If only either of us knew what a significant thing was about to happen.
The disaster that killed all those folk?
Please. That's what the ignorant and unenlightened call it. Emissary Paul helped me to understand. Eva Cater Bennett showed the world the transcendence phenomenon. It wasn't a disaster. It was a miracle. I only regret that I wasn't there, so I could have gone along with her.
Do you know where Dr. Clark disappeared to?
Eva Cater Bennett didn't disappear. He transcended.
Again, you use this word. What do you mean by it?
He passed through the etheric gateway and joined with the luminous ones in the cosmos.
Oh.
Ethericity, of course.
Of course, but what about it? Energy sources? Industrial applications? What?
Miss Legere, I couldn't begin to tell you. Whatever reasons he may have given the public, the bankers, the professors, and what have you, his true purpose was to open the way for humanity to pass into the etheric realm. And it wasn't easy. He spent 2 years in that laboratory before transcending. Soon the day will come when we all can follow him.
It was good talking to you. I'll leave you both to it.
Goodbye for now.
See you later, Harley.
Well, well, if it isn't my old friend.
The Defiler returns.
Uh-oh.
Hey now, don't get your britches in a twist.
You're a guest of Emissary Paul, so I'm obliged to welcome you. But if you continue casting your shadows of discord over all that is bright here, there will be consequences.
Now just where do you get off saying I'm casting shadows of discord or whatever?
I caught you trespassing outside the laboratory. Then your friend blasted the door off.
It was all in the name of research. I'm just as interested in all this as you.
You've a peculiar way of showing it.
What's so special about this place that they've got you standing guard?
This building houses our collection of artifacts salvaged from Dr. Clark's laboratory.
Oh, so you're the ones who looted the place.
We did not loot it. We saved important items from obscurity and decay.
So what brought you to Chrysalis?
My personal business is none of yours.
Touchy. Think I might take a quick peek?
Absolutely not. Outsiders are forbidden.
What if I brought you a new artifact for your collection?
Then I would be very surprised. We've already retrieved everything of value from the laboratory.
Even from that locked room?
That room is inaccessible. Do not even consider attempting to breach it.
So how does one go about joining your little club?
You think if you joined us that I would just suddenly allow you to enter?
Sure, you said only outsiders were forbidden.
Nice try, but not on my watch.
Did you ever have a chance to meet Dr. Clark?
No, nor did I desire to.
No?
Ethericity is not a power to be trifled with. I've no interest in meeting someone who treats it as a plaything.
Where did Dr. Clark end up?
Not where he should have.
Do you know any details about Dr. Clark's research?
He was toying with fire, pure and simple. He may have been inspired and driven to his work by the luminous ones, but he was only their tool. He did not acknowledge their undeniable glory or show them the proper respect.
A
He took
superficial
a battering ram to the
indoctrination
door
speech.
of heaven. When they tired of the noise, they whisked him away inside the gates.
It's like you're
while the
speaking out of
rest
your
us
ass without
still
understanding
wait
the message
outside.
or
So what you're
teachings.
saying is, you don't actually know.
I've underestimated you. I didn't think there could be someone more arrogant than Dr. Clark.
I'll leave you to your guarding. Try not to die of boredom.
The whole because I said so logic doesn't work for people who are intelligent and understand what's going on around them. Okay, so we can exit that way or we can go in this way.
He does go on, doesn't he?
My friends, today we give thanks for our manifold blessings. On this day of celebration, the Evocator's Day of Transcendence. And why do we celebrate today, on the 8-month anniversary? Because 1 is nothing special. 1 is an isolating, selfish, lowly number. But 8 is perfection. 8 is infinity. 8 is the flap of the butterfly's wings. On this day in March of this year, exactly 8 months ago, the luminous ones called Evocator Bennett up to join them in the luminiferous ether. In so doing, they showed us the path of light, where soon we all shall follow. Now our soul sibling Bennett dwells among them in the etheric realm beyond this earth, in a transcendent union of cosmic harmony and peace.
I too can string along sentences of variousness in length and say pretty color things and look at the sky and appreciate what is around us and let's drop some names and say absolutely nothing at all.
The butterflies sure seem to like these flowers. A reliable water supply is everything out here. Hey, Danny?
What's going on?
So, what's our friend on stage been jabbering about?
What hasn't he? This guy makes Jake seem like a silent monk by comparison. Anyway, it's mostly been about Clark, his etheric research in New Britannia, how he built his lab out here after the Expo disaster. Excuse me, miracle, that sort of thing. He says Clark transcended. I'm not sure what that means.
I get the impression it means he's dead.
He vaporized himself. That
That's
would be my
too bad.
my best guess.
What's your impression of Chrysalis?
Well, it's peculiar. Everybody's got a job to do, a way to help. Nobody's left out, and that's nice. But all this stuff about etheric beings? It sounds,
Crazy?
You said it, not me. Anyhow, I wouldn't mind hanging around a while.
So, where did you learn to shoot?
I, used to know some folks that were handy with pistols. They gave me a few pointers, and I just sort of picked it up.
I'll leave you to the lecture. I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
Ah, Harley. Miss Larkin here was just telling me about this fascinating place.
Hello and welcome. It's so nice to have visitors.
What is it you do around here?
Plenty. I help in the fields and in the kitchen, but my particular gift is keeping Chrysalis beautiful and its people inspired. All the murals and paintings you see around the commune are my work.
And a fine job you've done.
Why, thank you.
I agree. You've really managed to liven up this desert with some color.
Yes, that was my intent. I'm glad it comes across.
How did you end up here in Chrysalis?
Ethericity always fascinated me. I joined up with the Luminarians when they were passing through Rampton on their way west. We founded Chrysalis here, close to the Evocator's laboratory, and where the veil is parted.
The veil?
The boundary between our world and the ether, the realm of the cosmos, home of the luminous ones. The barrier is very thin here. Can't you feel it?
There's definitely something in the air.
What better creature to symbolize transcendence? Like butterflies, we too will undergo a metamorphosis, pass through the veil into the ether, and join the luminous ones. Not only that, their wings have 8 sections, and they flap in a figure-8 pattern.
Does that mean something?
Evocator Bennett's sacred number, of course.
Sacred number? What does that mean?
The number 8 is very important. It appears constantly in the Evocator's writings, and Bennett himself was born on the 8th of August, 1788.
That's quite a coincidence.
Coincidence is mere illusion.
No wonder he's obsessed with the number, right?
What exactly was Dr. Clark's etheric research about?
Truth.
Lovely sentiment, but could you be a bit more specific?
He sought to connect us with the world above, to unite us with the luminous ones. He succeeded in not only opening the door, but stepping through and crossing the veil. He showed that the way is possible. Now we all must learn to follow.
Did you ever meet Dr. Clark?
I did. Once. Such a brilliant mind. We didn't speak long, but I felt as though we'd conversed for hours.
Do you have an idea of where Dr. Clark might be currently?
Of course. He's with the luminous ones.
Pardon?
The beings on the other side of the veil. The ones who dwell in the ether.
You're saying Clark is dead?
Not dead. Transcended. Eternal.
Are they
You
radiated?
still have much to learn. It's good you're with us now. Everything will become clear soon. Trust me.
All right. Thanks for the chat.
Be well.
Don't wander too far now.
Could we have a word in private, Jake?
Sure. What's on your mind?
So, what have you picked up from these fine folks?
This ethericity stuff is much more complex than I thought. Seems our friend Dr. Clark may have been on to something after all.
I think I've found a promising lead. There's a shack on the other side of the commune full of things salvaged from Clark's lab. Only problem is it's being guarded by that first Luminarian we met.
Oh, the feller with the tinfoil chapeau?
The very same. How can I get past him?
He's a peculiar one, but he seems to be the most reverent of these folk. Perhaps you could win him over with a peace offering. There might still be something in the lab that's been overlooked.
I'll just leave you to it then. Something about that makes my skin crawl. The butterflies sure seem to like these flowers.
All right. See if we can hit up the lab. Where did the commune end up? Oh, it's
I
over
can't be
here.
seeing things. Danny and Nadine saw that strange haze too. There's nothing wrong with my eyes. There must be something wrong with the sky. Whatever turning on that generator did, I hope it's not permanent. All right then.
Oh, it faded?
Hey, Phil, you in here?
Had enough of those luminous lunatics too, did you?
Yes, I had to get away. They're just too peculiar.
I hope the others are not seduced by their fantasies. Anyway, now that the power is restored, we can see about getting inside that locked room.
Looks like it's connected to the door somehow.
And that wire runs to the console back there.
Alright, well, the problem is I need something to turn the knob.
No handle. Hey, Phil?
What about?
A bunch of Clark's things are collected at the commune, but one of the Luminarians is guarding the place.
Naturally. Are you seeking a distraction?
If you have an idea, I'm all ears.
It just so happens I do. I have had a look around, and this machinery is quite unstable. With a few more items, I could finish what we started with the door and send this whole place up in smoke. That would give you time to search, no?
It would, but it seems a touch extreme. What would you need exactly?
Well, mainly fertilizer and flammable liquid for accelerant. I can construct a detonator out of scrap I found, but I will need something to serve as the plunger to set it off.
Well, I'll consider it.
I think that's extreme. I want to see what's in behind the door. Blowing the place up won't
Not
help
much
me with
left.
that.
Some book. It's working. It's working. This must be where Clark parked his rear. This must. Guess we won't.
Just as well.
Guess we won't.
Just as well.
It's double clicking me.
I will stay in.
I need to find something to turn the knob with.
Hey, guard!
What?
Did Captain Stokes come back here? We lost sight of him after the attack.
He's here. Don't think he's up to receiving anyone, though.
I found the flag Stokes was carrying out on patrol. Thought he might like it back.
It's very noble of you, miss. I'll make sure he gets it.
Carry on, soldier.
Right.
Alright.
Nadine, could we have a word?
Of course.
You enjoying yourself here?
These are good people. I'm glad we met them.
You don't find them a bit odd?
I'll admit, I don't quite comprehend their philosophical ideas, but they've welcomed us with open arms. The least we can do is offer open minds.
Any ideas as to how to get that fellow over there away from his post?
Be confident?
Afraid this situation's a bit more complicated than that. Still good advice, though. I'll leave you to your conversation. This isn't much use with a wheel missing. My, that's quite imaginative. Full of
I need a knob.
I've got more.
Where am I gonna get a knob from? Like, I could steal the fertilizer.
This had been. He's kitchen to the. They have an automated. Suppose that's where the. Suppose that. Seems like they're. Not very. Is this breakfast?
It will be. I hope everyone likes it.
I think I saw this model in the latest Bulls Clearage Frontier catalog. Fancy.
They're offering many solutions, but I'm not seeing many solutions. I'm only seeing one. So I only have three choices. I have the lab, the fort, and the commune.
That. Hey! Guess he does.
Can't do anything here. So we know we have to get in the room. We know we have to turn the knob. Question is, how do we turn the knob?
A good doc. Must take ages. Empty. At least. Hey, Phil.
What a... Some flammable liquid. Something I can use as my
Got it. Right? At least, Doc. Here, can you use this as an accelerant?
Definitely. Alcohol this potent will be very effective.
Here's some fertilizer for you.
Ah, excellent. Thank you.
One of the dials is missing. This may have held some... I can't be...
Nothing.
Way too high. Looks like... That's not that.
Can you help me?
Hey,
What about?
can you think of any way to get...
I'm afraid.
Right? Maybe this... Then again... I can't...
Nothing of you.
This may...
Can't take this stool? Or this desk?
Empty. Some No good. One of the... I guess this...
I guess I'm supposed to give him the arrowhead and just accept that that's all I have.
I do not understand.
I need something that can be used like a plunger. That would be the handle for the wagon, right? So we're not going to get the dial until we get inside the... museum, probably, to get a replacement.
This isn't my... This is... The handle is attached with bolts, not screws. Full of begging your...
How may I?
What's the meaning behind those shadow paintings?
We commemorate those who have transcended, and those who will.
Hence the butterflies?
Very astute. Yes, the butterfly represents the immortal soul, the essence of a person in their fullest flourishing. The butterfly is pure potential, contained within those who have not yet transcended. Once someone has passed into the ether, it is released and flies free.
Why, that's mighty poetical.
I can see that you have quite a bold, brilliant butterfly stirring within you.
You don't say. You see that, do you?
If you permit me, it would be my honor to paint it. Only if you're willing, of course. Everyone's journey to transcendent readiness is unique.
Perhaps you could tell me more about it once Harley's done talking.
With pleasure.
All right. Thanks.
Be well.
Don't want...
I need something to stand on to get the toolkit.
Kitchen.
There's got to be a purpose of being able to come back over here.
That...
No hay bales, no boxes.
That thing?
Can I use the sarsaparilla boxes out here? Stones.
Dr. Clark. Must take a good...
No barrel? Come on, I could have used the barrel. I could have pulled the desk over. I could use a stool.
At least... I can't... Not much left.
I could have, like, asked to stand on the dude's shoulders.
Guess we will.
Just as...
Hey, Phil.
What up?
Right?
What up?
Could you
Something I can...
Got it. Right? I can't...
Nothing.
Just a... What in the
Best left... Best...
There's about 2... At least...
I don't see anything else to interact with.
I will stay...
So I need it. I probably need the toolbox to interact with the thing to get the plunger. So to get the toolbox, I need to climb up something. So, you know, any one of these things would have been good. So this lady's gone. Let's see.
Hey.
What's going on?
I was wondering if you might help me out with something.
What?
There's a toolbox inside Clark's lab that's out of reach, and I've had no luck getting it down. Think you might put your pistols to the task?
I could do that. Yeah. You want to go right now?
Yes, let's head over now.
Sure thing. Just lead the way.
Shoot it down, why not?
That's it, up there.
Right.
Nice shot.
Thanks, Harley. Happy to help. So, what's inside that box that's so important anyway?
Guess we all get to find out together.
Ah, so you got the box.
Well, anything good inside?
Not really. Just a wrench and this odd dial thing.
I hope it was worth the trouble, then.
That was good practice, at least. I'm heading back to Chrysalis. See you both later.
So we got the dial we needed. So it looks like I have two options here. I'm going to save. If I can use the dial in this, Or I can blow the place up. We're gonna, whoops. Resume. We're gonna see what's back there first. Alright.
Phil, you might wanna... Move. Are you alright?
I think so. The cage seems to have absorbed all that energy. Just warn me before you try that again.
So, this console operates equipment by setting the dials in a 4-digit sequence. That means we need to figure out the right code to get the door open.
Okay, so we don't know what the code is going to be.
I can't see through.
Okay.
I will stay in here.
So now I gotta, I guess, give him the plunger, which is from the cart.
I'll have this handle.
Okay, so that's what he needs for the plunger. Alright.
Will this work as a plunger?
Why, yes, I think so. Thank you. Perfecto. This is everything I need. Are you ready?
Absolutely.
Meet me outside in a quarter of an hour, and prepare for a show that will make Jake envious. All right, everything is prepared. Take one last look. When you are ready, just say the word.
All right, Phil. Blow that eyesore to smithereens.
I like your enthusiasm. 3, 2, 1. Carajo! That was beautiful! Now, I suggest you get back to the commune and find whatever it is you were looking for. I will meet you and the others by the railroad tracks when you are done.
There's gotta be something in here that will tell me what happened to Dr. Clark's money. More scrawled nonsense. Why would they keep this? Let's see. Books on science, engineering, astronomy. I'm sure this is all fascinating, but it's not going to help me any. The things some people... Lots of extra... Lots of... Lots more... And what's this? Lots... The final entry is bookmarked with a letter. Definitely worth a read. But first...
March 13th, 1845. I'm embarking on a new project, which means a new journal. Here I will record my notes and observations from a series of experiments on the generation and application of etheric energy. I believe it can be profitably harvested from the very air and harnessed for an immense number of beneficial uses. I see the streets of Lamplight City aglow, not with the smoky flicker of flame from burning costly oil, but with bright etheric light from the lamps that never needed fuel. I see compact and efficient etheric engines replacing the bulky and limited diffusion generators that drive His Majesty's airships. I see our nation's mills and manufacturers humming, kept in motion, not with the sweat of the brow or the filching fumes of coal fires, but with the clean, abundant power of aethericity. The applications are limited, but before they can be realized, I must turn my attention to the practical problem of efficient generation, not to mention safe, reliable storage. Even if energy can be summoned from the atmosphere on demand, some intermediate storage device will be necessary to absorb the excess and release it in a controlled fashion. Absent such a mechanism to modulate the unpredictable flow of raw power, the effect would be akin to cooking one's breakfast by exploding a stick of dynamite. Tomorrow I must visit Cunningham's to order glass tubes and ampules, as he always takes weeks to deliver. I hope he also has magnetite on hand in sufficient quantity so I can start experimenting with it right away. But now I will try the iron filings first. If not, down to the last spool of copper wire, must pick up more, and I must stop by the offices of the Gazette soon to circulate an advertisement for our new assistants in the weekend edition. Much to do. January 19th, 1846. Some days the work has been maddeningly slow, and some days it seems we advance by leaps and bounds. I am kept too busy to think often of writing in this journal, yet I have made notable progress. I built the first prototype capable of harvesting ambient etheric potential and channeling it to produce energy. In this instance, heat. There is yet no flow regulation mechanism, so the entire energy yield feeds directly into a copper heating element suspended within a water-filled cylinder affixed with a thermometer. The top is left open to vent the steam, which is frequently produced in abundance. In future, naturally, the entire heating coil steam tube apparatus will be replaced by another assembly capable of converting the ethericity into useful energy to generate light, say, or mechanical motion. The prototype does not appear capable as of yet of generating heat beyond the material's tolerance. However, I have reached the limits of this particular configuration without hazarding a faceful of superheated steam and shattered glass. I cannot say with confidence even now that a random harmonic flux in the atmosphere could not cause a sudden spike in etheric energy that would produce such a result. Now the principle is proven, we must experiment with introducing a regulator to throttle and control the flow, for both safety and practicality. There remains the inconsequential matter of funding. It has taken longer than anticipated to reach even this early milestone. Beyond the initial outlay for equipment, I had not accounted for the necessity of covering rent on the old Turnbull Street storehouse, nor the wages of my assistant Frank for such a long term. I've already removed from Mrs. Gladstone's modest but comfortable lodges to the garret over the storehouse, a move which has proved economical as regards both money and time, if rather less satisfactory in the matter of board. I fear I did not give Miss Gladstone's Sunday roast quite the credit I now realize in want of them was their due. Despite the savings thereby afforded, my meager reserves will soon be depleted at this rate unless I can induce a benefactor to relieve me of some of these pecuniary obligations. November 6, 1846. At Frank's instigation, I have embarked on a program of fortnightly public demonstrations of our apparatus. A brief lecture on the principles of ethericity, followed by a practical display of the generator's operation, is offered to all corners, or as many as will fit within the storehouse free of charge. I confess that at first I regarded this pageantry as a distraction from the work, a senseless bit of spectacle to dazzle the simple tradesfolk and laborers who occupy this district. However, Frank persuaded me that attracting an investor would require some measure of transparency as to my research. And while it's true that most who attend the presentations come seeking thrills rather than intellectual or financial engagement, putting on these shows has allowed word to spread, and some are beginning to take notice. Last month's published proceedings of the Vespuccian Royal Society of Natural Philosophy contained a mention of rumors of research into the generation of etheric power by a Mr. Clerk of Turnbull Street. I leave aside that they misspelled my name and omitted my title. Not everyone can pay society dues and have their credentials indelibly observed, but they know enough of my work to have it spoken in these lofty chambers of knowledge and opportunity, and that's what matters. And since they did accurately remark the address of my laboratory, perhaps one or two of these learned gentlemen might be persuaded to visit and come see my work for themselves. I shall pen a letter to the Society's secretary at once. February 2nd, 1847. With the introductions and encouragement lately extended by Dr. Nethersoul, second vice president of the VRS-NP, I have secured connections sufficient to gain my place in the etheric pavilion to be installed at the Lamplight City Global Expo this summer. Not only will I have the opportunity to demonstrate my etheric generator before a grand public audience, as a condition of my participation, Harmon and Grove, chief sponsors of the exhibit, have tasked me with consulting on the design of the pavilion in terms of requirements as to technical equipment, layout, accommodations for visitors. Tens of thousands are expected. And so forth, there is so much to be done to prepare. Tuning of the flow regulator remains the utmost priority. We still have some months left to resolve the superheating issue. Have high hopes for the finer gauge electron filament. It strikes me that whatever investments and explorations these firms appear heretofore conducted in the sphere of ethericity, there are really very few individuals to whom they might turn to who have any measure of practical experience extending beyond the realm of pure theory. And yet I have to go begging, hat in hand, to them for an opportunity to take part in their exhibition. Absent my generator, which can produce energy at a fraction of the cost of electricity and with none of the polluting infrastructure, there would be nothing to present in their pavilion but promises and fairy stories of a future not yet in evidence. But I must not bristle at indignities and be grateful for my good fortune. At last the world will see the power of ethericity revealed. June 6, 1847. Horrors beyond uttering. I can hardly bring myself to write them here. Frank, poor Frank. Your mother will not open the door to me, and I cannot say I fault her for that. I will send her your 3 months' wage by post, a paltry sum for a life, but all I have to offer. June 8th, 1847. I have spent the past 2 days sealed in Turnbull Street, every waking moment spent checking and rechecking my prototypes and consulting my research notes. Seeking an error or miscalculation, what went wrong? The flow regulator had exhibited irregularities before, but all within tolerance. Nothing on the scale of that. The police will neither return nor allow me to access the remains of the exhibition model. If only I could inspect it, I might find the manufacturing flaw or defect in the material that caused the catastrophe. Or, though I shudder to turn my thoughts in this direction, perhaps some sign of sabotage. There are many who would delight to see me fail. Angry crowds dock my steps wherever I venture beyond my door, reinforcing my voluntary seclusion. At every moment I expect the constables to arrive with irons. I have a growing suspicion that some handsome sum was discreetly paid by one of the sponsors to suppress public scandal associated with the event. If so, I am by happenstance the fortunate beneficiary of these maneuverings and owe to them my present liberty. But what use is my liberty without my work? There on stage at the pavilion I felt myself briefly a colossus of science standing astride the world, with the shining future spread out before me. Now it has all crumbled in one blinding burst of light. September 21st, 1847. The inquest is complete. My name is cleared. I bear no formal responsibility for the deaths at the expo in the eyes of the city of New Britannia, at least. Her people are not so gracious. The Labourites of Parliament are taking advantage of the public furor to press all the more stridently for a blanket ban on etheric research, which I'm certain the Prime Minister will be all too glad to sign into law. I'm aware of a dark irony in the fact that my exoneration of the matter has likely only lent strength to their arguments, for if I am not some murderous monster guilty of reckless malpractice, then ethericity itself must be dangerously unstable and unsafe, beyond the power of any man to control. Fools! If they but knew what miraculous possibilities they could foreclose with their ignorance and fear. Sometimes a scientific truth emerges, which the world is not yet ready to hear. Was not Galileo denounced as a heretic in his day, only to be vindicated by generations yet unborn? E Percy Moev? It is clear that whatever I am to do next, I cannot do it here. I must leave the city. I will go west, even if land prohibition becomes law. Even if total prohibition becomes law of the land, law's hold is somewhat looser in the nation's version of fringes. Far from the Grand Maison and the chambers of Parliament, the desert has traditionally offered refuge to visionaries and hermit eccentrics. I can continue my work there, away from the throngs. I've come too far and glimpsed too much to give up now. The road of progress was never a smooth one. I've tumbled over a tremendous stumbling block, but I will pick myself up and carry on. Ad occidentum? January 26, 1848. My new laboratory, my hermitage, my sanctuary of science in the wilderness is complete. Moving out here has been an adjustment for want of various municipal amenities upon which I was accustomed to rely. My resourcefulness has been sorely tried. For ample hydration for bodily needs, as well as for hydraulic pressure and cooling of my apparatus, I've been obliged to construct a rudimentary water tower. Even the illumination which, living in Lamplight City, I had taken for granted, I must now provide, and I have taken to dipping my own candles with spare wax and cotton thread. These labors I undertake alone, unwilling to venture so far as engaging another assistant. But solitude was the point of this relocation, was it not? I do believe the desert climate agrees with me. I have certainly found it more conducive to work without interruptions at all hours. In the San Bernardo Valley, vistas offer an inspiring change from the clogged alleys and foggy horizons of Duke Britannia. I am not wholly severed from my fellow man. The small settlement of Rosewater is but a short distance away, should I need to call upon any of civilization's necessities. This is a lot of reading. Well, I was timid in my reception at first. I found the people here rather more open-minded than those back east, and I have begun giving occasional lectures and demonstrations for small audiences. If these small-hearted frontier folk can yet be won over and taught to admire and yearn for the transformative potential of aethericity, then perhaps there's hope for the rest of the nation in time. In the desert, I am made anew. My sins are wiped clean by scouring sands. I begin again. May 24th, 1849. The fools, they've done it. They have sliced off their own nose and stamped it upon it as it lay bleeding in the dust for spite. Our Prime Minister, having won re-election in defiance of all decency and good sense, has moved swiftly to deliver his campaign promises and signed a total and immediate ban on all practical research, experimentation, and development of aetheric technology. It is a dark age we live in, and thanks to Leroy and those Laverite technophobes, it will stay that way. It is not yet clear what the repercussions will be out here so far from the halls of power. I have no wish to tempt fate. I have ceased all the public display of my work, but will they remember the mad Dr. Clark, the erstwhile wizard of the aethericity and his self-imposed desert exile? Will they come looking for me? Like a scuttling bug, I must keep to the shadows and hope to escape notice. It's the only way forward. One day I hope to deliver the fire of aethericity to man, to lift him up from the darkness and keep him in the comfort of splendor. For this deed I can hope, but that my punishment will be less severe than what Prometheus endured. My work continues. Alright.
The clock's not running. Looks like a smaller version of... That didn't... Must be... It somewhat resembles a... It's some... What in the... No idea what that... Full of all... Justin... I'm not leaving.
I guess I operate this.
Doesn't...
Church.
Bottles of...
Church. I can't close the doors.
Even more. Nice to know, Clark. Nice to...
Like, I would reasonably shut the doors.
Nothing. The New Britannia Gazette. The lead article is about the upcoming Lamplight City Expo. Interesting how the follow-up is nowhere to be found. A bunch of scribbles documenting the effects of ethericity on plants. Some notes documenting the effects of ethericity on animals. They're signed by a Juliet Montgomery. Some old bearded guy. Nothing's... Full of... Just... Doesn't...
Am I supposed to poke everything?
Didn't. I'm not leaving until I...
So we read the book.
Lots... Nice to... That did... It's some... The thing... It's somewhat...
February 9th, 1850.
That's only 9 months ago.
Clark, I have a business proposal. Relinquish that dusty laboratory in the middle of nowhere. Come to El Presidio. You may stay in my suite at the Jolly Good Club. My My Orem Star membership and military rank afford me certain privileges. You will be furnished with the comforts owing to a man of your intellect and accomplishments.
It's signed L.
P.S. You needn't have any concern for your valuables, as there is ample secure storage in the room. One of the aforementioned perks.
Interesting. Jake will want to see this.
I heard a big boom, and then they all went running toward the lab.
That's where Phil went. Do you think...
Hey, there's Harley.
Do you have any idea what all this ruckus is about? Or where Phil's gone?
Both, and I'll gladly tell you, but we need to get out of here right now.
Right behind you, my dear.
So we lost our
I'm
chance
glad
to
to
see
see
what was
you
in
all
the...
made it out of there in one piece.
Likewise.
Would you two care to explain what that was all about?
Phil devised a perfect distraction, blowing up Clark's lab so I could search the shrine uninterrupted.
You should have seen it. Some of my finest work.
I have to admit, that was resourceful of you.
Seems
Although we
reckless.
probably shot whatever goodwill we had with the Luminarians.
I should say, was that really necessary?
If you ask me, we did the world a favor by raising that chamber of horrors.
Yeah, I wanted to know
I
what was in the
assume
back
you didn't
room.
come up empty-handed.
I found Clark's journal. Have a look at this letter that was inside.
An invitation to the Jolly Good Club in El Presidio?
Yep. Check the date.
9 months ago. Ah,
That's right about the time he disappeared, isn't it?
it is indeed. I'd say it's obvious that the good doctor accepted the invitation.
And took his money with him?
Well, it wasn't in Chrysalis or his lab. And listen to this. You needn't have any concern for your valuables, as there is ample secure storage in the room. Don't get much clearer than that.
Suppose we should start packing if El Presidio is our next destination.
Now, let's not get ahead of ourselves. First and foremost, we need some transportation.
You haven't got any? Don't you tour around?
Sure, but our show wagon ain't gonna fit all of us.
Plus, we'll need it to store all the show's props and equipment while we're gone. There's that lady in town with the wagon, though. Heard her talking at the saloon once. Said she hires it out to travelers.
Sounds promising. Who is she?
Her name's Lola Johnson. I think she stays in the old blacksmith shop.
Oh, well, I hope she has a forgiving nature.
Why's that?
She caught me breaking into her place.
What?
It's a long story.
We should head back to Rosewater, no?
Yeah, let's get a move on. Right. Harley, I'm putting you in charge of hiring us some transportation. Danny and I are going back to the theater to settle some business. Come get us once you've arranged a ride.
And just how am I meant to arrange it, financially speaking?
Well, now that may get a mite tricky. Our contract was to pay out at the end of the show's run, but seeing as we'll be breaking that contract, I'm sad to say we'll be forfeiting those proceeds. Anybody else got funds to contribute to the kitty?
Not unless this Johnson woman accepts pesos. And I've few enough of those at that.
I'm afraid I haven't got anything either.
Harley, my dear, I'm afraid we must then prevail upon you to furnish the petty cash needed to get our expedition aloft.
Uh-oh.
Seeing as you're the only other one of our posse who's currently in the position of being gainfully employed. And it goes without saying, but you'll be fully reimbursed once we find what we're looking for. On top of your share. With interest.
I certainly hope so.
Wonderful. Well then, we'll be seeing you later.
Can I write the pup piece to get paid for it then?
What about you two?
I think I'll pay Dr. Sedgwick a visit. It's been ages.
And I owe him proper thanks for his care.
See you in a bit, Harley.
Ah, Miss Legere, it's good to see you again. Nadine and Mr. Marquez were just telling me how you all were acquainted. Please do continue.
see if I can do this.
Good to see you again.
All right, let's get this thing knocked out. But first... Okay, time to bring home the bacon. The big question, how to open? From the moment he rode on stage astride a huge, steam-spewing mechanical horse, it could not be denied that Jake Ackerman was more than your typical copperpenny showman. Following that outstanding overture, Gentleman Jake's Wild West Spectacular proceeded in a similarly gobsmacking vein. Now, the middle section needs to recapture the reader's interest. Let's see. A man of many words to match his many deeds, Jake was gracious enough to sit for an interview, in which he revealed some fascinating and candid details about the life behind the legend. And now for an ending.
She wanted to praise Rosewater. We're trying to make the editor
Mr.
happy.
Ackerman is a great man, and by his visit to our industrious frontier town, proves that Rosewater is the sort of cosmopolitan crossroads where one might yet meet and mingle with some of the true luminaries of our age. All right, that should do it. Now, what should I title it? A frontier hero comes to town. And done.
See if that's good enough for her. Kind of, she said puff. She said make it like Rosewater look nice.
Good to see you again, Harley. Hope you're spinning me some aurum.
Well, I've spent the past couple days following Jake around, gathering plenty of straw.
Glad to hear it. I like writers who go above and beyond.
I kept most of it out.
Here you are, Joni. One profile of Gentleman Jake, ready to print.
Let's have a look. You know, writing the headline is normally the editor's job. Now let's see. Goodness, this account of the show is very descriptive. You've made me feel like I was there in the front row. This is good. You've kept it brisk all the way through. Woof, laying it on a bit thick at the end there, aren't you? Still, I asked you to make the town look good, and you delivered. I appreciate a writer who can take editorial direction. We'll work on the subtlety later. Not bad, Harley. Not bad at all. A few snips here and there, and this will be fit to print. Here's your fee, as agreed.
Alright, we got our money.
Now I know what I'm working with, I'll have a think about your next assignment.
About that.
Hmm?
I'm leaving for El Presidio with Gentleman Jake. We're after Bennett Clark's missing fortune. Whatever we find, I've got a feeling it'll make a hell of a story.
You're right about that. Tales from the wild frontier are in vogue these days, and folk will be gumming to find out what happened to Clark. All right then. Clark's missing fortune it is.
I've got something else.
Oh? Do tell.
While I was going around with Jake, we spent some time with the Otham. I learned that they've come under constant attack from the soldiers at Fort Beaumont.
What? Why?
That's the thing. There's no reason. They pose no threat, yet the soldiers harass them anyway. In one recent raid,
Nobody
all
does
their
stuff
crops
for no reason.
That's atrocious. People need to know about this.
I'm glad you think so, because their leader wants their story told.
I'm sure they do.
She's willing to be interviewed. She gave me the statement, too.
Powerful stuff. I'll pay a visit as soon as I can and see for myself. Plenty of townsfolk could stand to learn about our neighbours in the valley. This could open their eyes.
I hope so. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to see about hiring a wagon.
Godspeed, Harley.
See you later, Joni.
Take care of yourself out there.
Excuse me?
How can I be of assistance?
Did you ever happen to meet Dr. Bennett Clark?
I have Joni's account of his demonstrations at the theater, but I never saw them myself. Never met the man, neither. He wasn't seen much in town.
You wouldn't happen to know anything about the Luminarians, would you?
I have no idea what that word even means.
Never mind then. I'll leave you to your work.
Appreciate it, ma'am.
Maps for sale! Get your maps here!
You just keep turning up like a bad copper, don't you?
Nice to see you, too.
I'm nearly afraid to ask, what in the Sam Hill are you doing now?
I'm selling maps of the town.
To whom, exactly? Near as I can tell, I'm the only new arrival. The locals in the market for maps of a town you can circumnavigate in 10 minutes.
You're a real stick in the mud, you know that?
Don't go anywhere.
Not like there's anywhere to go.
The local
Maps of Rosewater! A steal for just 1 crown!
Lock.
Alright, so I guess I gotta go see if I can find the lady at the blacksmith. Or talk to folks on the way back.
Hey, Doc.
Miss Legere.
Did you ever make the acquaintance of Dr. Bennett Clark?
Ha! Doctor. If that man's a doctor, then I'm Hippocrates.
Shall I take that as a no?
Miss Legere, I do not associate with lunatics and crackpots, especially those who recklessly cause the deaths of innocents. Now, let's not sully the good name of higher learning any further.
Have you met any members of the Luminarians?
I beg your pardon?
They're a community living near the old Clark laboratory.
Oh, those ethericity cultists. Yes, they do make their way into town on occasion. Sometimes the women come to me seeking certain remedies and prophylactics. And I've treated 1 or 2 cases of malnutrition. The desert is a hard place to make a home. Something about the old lab draws in the gullible and deluded. Lost souls searching for meaning.
Well, that may not be a worry anymore.
I'll see you later, Doc.
Do take care of yourself.
Here we go.
Lord have mercy. You robbed me, then have the nerve to come back here? In all my born days, I don't think I've met anybody quite so foolish.
I get it. You're upset. I can explain.
Not interested.
Wait, it was that conniving little snake, Jem. He said the watch was his, said you'd stolen it.
He got one over on me. I apologize, truly.
Bully for you. If you really are sorry, get it back.
That's fair.
Hey.
Yeah?
You have something that doesn't belong to you.
Could you be more specific?
Lola Johnson's watch. I want it back.
No can do. You swiped that watch for me fair and square.
I think you'll find it in your best interest to give me that watch back.
Oh yeah? Why's that?
because the sheriff won't be too happy to know there's a thief in town.
You know, you're absolutely right. Be a shame if he found out who really broke into One Eye's place and stole that watch. Should I go over there right now and tell him?
That won't be necessary.
Thought as much.
You're on thin ice, kid. Hand over the watch or I might do something I'll regret.
No, you won't. We're in the middle of the town thoroughfare. You lay a hand on me, and everybody and his dog will see it.
Let's give them... Can't say I didn't warn you. Here it is.
You kind of deserved it, I think.
You got my watch?
Yes, here it is. No hard feelings?
For now. Why'd you come back here anyway?
Name's Harley Leger. My companions and I are headed to El Presidio, and we heard you've got a wagon for hire.
I do? How many are you?
5, including myself.
Listen close, because I'm only going to say this once. You pull anything funny again, and you get left on the side of the road. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
My fee is 40 crowns up front.
Here's your fee.
Good. Get your posse together and meet me outside town at sundown. We'll head out then. There you are. This your group then?
This is us.
All right, folks, listen here. I'm Lola Johnson. This is my wagon. When you're in my wagon, you follow my rules. Rule 1. I'm your driver, not your friend. While we're moving, leave me be. That means no yammering in my ear about how pretty you think the mountains are. Rule 2. We stop and go as I say. I ain't interested in blowing up my engine just 'cause y'all are in a hurry. Last rule. Everybody does their part. Be it cooking, hunting, or gathering firewood. This ain't no pleasure cruise, and I won't be serving y'all. The road can be rough, but I'm an experienced navigator and tracker, so stick with me and you'll be fine. If you've got any questions, now's the time to ask.
Just how long do you expect this journey to take?
I reckon it shouldn't be more than 8 or 9 days, weather permitting. Anything else?
Regarding your first rule, what if we have an emergency?
Then tell me. Just don't bother me with small talk. I need to concentrate on driving. Anything else?
You said you're a tracker? What's that mean exactly?
It means I'm good at finding things. One of you gets lost, or we're hunting our supper and need to trail an animal, I can do that.
So, like a bloodhound?
No, like a tracker. Compare me to a dog again, and you're finding yourself another ride. Understand?
Oh, apologies. I didn't mean to offend.
Folk rarely do. Anything else?
We understand. You'll have no trouble from us.
All right then. Let's get a move on. Time's wasting.
We are off, with the first faint tendrils of dawn at our backs. We head west for El Presidio on the trail of the elusive Dr. Clark.
Ah, feels good to be underway at last.
Yes, though I must admit I tend to become restless on long trips.
Well, we got cards, books, and conversation. Plenty of ways to pass the time.
Alright, I think we're going to stop it here. I think that's a nice logical save point for the first playthrough episode. then we hit the journey on the way back. So that is Rosewater, and sort of encompasses, what they're doing. Our lead character, how she met her gang, and what sort of quest they're on to find this, treasure. And it kind of ties into the previous game, which is Lamplight City, which I have played before, but not on the channel. So that's it for today's episode, and until next time.